Nikhil Campbell along with my other co-host,
OG Krogstad.
and today is episode 116 of the LG podcast. And
116.
yeah, 116. I have nothing. I have nothing for 116.
Me neither.
I don't
That's
even.
okay.
That's okay. You know,
Yeah.
pretty soon we need to get like sponsors to fill up that people that actually just sponsor the podcast. So we could be like,
hmm
this episode is brought to you by our sponsor, blah 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 blah. You know, but right now
Yeah.
we don't have that yet. I mean, we could mention Web Around, but technically they sponsor Handy Kill Cam. But hey, they technically sponsor the podcast. So this is brought to you by Web Around Gaming. Thank you. If you
Sure.
want your green screens, get your green screens today at Web Around Gaming and use Candy as your 10% discount code. Yeah.
Use code handy.
Yes. Use code Handy. So, OG, how's your week been?
Well, it's been all right. The usual Shadowverse grind that I'm still working on. Anthem finally works, which is good news. So my girlfriend's been able to finally play Anthem, and she's enjoying it.
Took 3 weeks,
And
but I mean,
yeah, it took some time. Apparently, Anthem had an update recently, and I think that update basically made it to where she was able to finally play.
wow.
So it kind of worked out.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So she's liking it then.
Yeah, so far she likes it. She's still getting used to, how the game plays and everything, but yeah, she's enjoying it for sure.
That's cool. That's cool. Well, at least somebody's enjoying the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not saying that nobody enjoys the game. It's just majority of people just not enjoying the game because of bugs and issues such as that.
Mhm.
I have yet to turn it on the Xbox yet because, like I said, they have still yet to say, well, if this happens to your Xbox, this is what you should do. So,
Mhm.
I'm a little hesitant still. But other than that, what else you been doing?
Well, other than that, I've actually been invited to go to a one-day D&D campaign for Fifth Edition. So I've been doing a little bit of research on building a character because it's been a while since I've been able to do the role play thing with some of the old crew. So being able to kind of be with the guys again, get that going on is kind of exciting. So I'm actually looking forward to it, which
That's
is
cool.
weird to say
Yeah.
because normally when it comes to D&D, it's not usually my favorite type of gaming, but it's the crew that I'm with that makes it really really cool. And after doing a lot of research, I was just kind of reminiscing about the good old days when I used to chill with the crew once a week to do that.
So, how do you technically build a character? How does one build a character in D&D?
That would take too long to explain it. I'm not going to go there.
Oh, okay.
All I'm going to tell you to do is I'm just going to tell you to go online and do some research. I am not even going to try.
Oh, that's
That is
crazy.
way too
That's
much.
too much work.
That's
That's
way too much work for me to try to explain in this episode, so we're not going there. Either have friends or know where to look online. Simple as that.
Oh, well, there you go. There you
Yeah.
go. That's it. That's crazy, man. That's crazy that it's so intricate for something that technically is not um, a physical game. As far as like actually being able to reach out and touch it, as far as you know what I'm saying. But that's it. That's interesting. That's cool though. So when are you? What day are you doing this?
It's actually going to be this Saturday evening.
Nice, 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 nice.
Yeah. I was told about this a little over a month ago. I just had to wait for approvals to be able to actually leave a little bit earlier. Now that we have a little more staffing, I'm able to actually go, which is pretty cool. Um,
That's awesome.
and we'll kind of go from there.
I didn't mean to laugh, but I was just thinking. I was just thinking about like, what did you tell work? I need to leave early to go play D&D, or did you just say personal reasons?
I just said, hey, I would like to leave early this day. Is it cool? And they said, yeah. I'm like,
Oh, that's
cool.
cool. You didn't need to give a reason. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, when it comes to like needing time off, I mean, it always obviously depends on the company you work for,
Right.
but you don't always have to explain, why you're leaving. You just say, "Hey, this is what I want. Is it
Well,
cool?" You know.
well, be blessed. My wife doesn't get that. My wife has to explain. So
Mm.
be blessed. That's awesome. That's cool, man. Well, I hope you have fun. Looking forward to the interesting stories um on the following up podcast. See how much
Yeah, we'll
fun you
see.
have. See how much fun you have.
Yeah.
Hey, OG vlog coming soon. D&D vlog.
No, I don't vlog. That I don't do.
I've
There'll
been
be no vlogging for this guy.
I've been asked to vlog, and I've vlogged like one episode, and it's just hard because like it's not that I don't go out and do stuff, but when I go out and do stuff, it's normally with family, and it's like I don't feel like putting my family on camera like that. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, me and my wife want to do something together, and she's like, "Yo, let's do this YouTube video," or so yo, crew dog. Thank you so much for the host, but like I don't want to like go vlog me going over to my father-in-law's house or going out to eat with my father-in-law or my brother-in-law, my brother-in-law or stuff like that. Because mainly that's like what I'm doing, or like church. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't wanna vlog church. Like
Right.
like it's different if I'm like preaching and like my stream wants to see me preach, but I don't want to vlog church. Like and really that's all I do during the weekend is like go hang out with family and then go to church. So it's like
Mm.
to me like those are like not vloggable things.
Right.
And then when I tried to vlog, packs and stuff, I was like too busy to like vlog anything that was vloggable. I was pretty much, at the table the whole time. So it's like
Mm.
I've never had a good vloggable moment, I guess, to vlog.
Mm.
And then people think, "Oh, your life would be so awesome to vlog." I'm like, "Yeah, it would, but I had to have the vloggable moments." So, I don't
Yeah.
know. That's why I don't vlog. That's honestly why I don't vlog. Maybe one day.
That's why I don't blame you.
Yeah, definitely. Well, my week's been pretty amazing. Of course, as my cat walks across my keyboard, and hopefully,
Mm.
and my cat just took a screenshot to my computer, and so now I have a screenshot on my computer. Way to
Yep.
go, cat! Awesome job. Way to do production. I'm gonna hire you and give you some more kibbles and bits. Uh
Yep.
uh my week's been pretty amazing. So as last week y'all know, my wife wanted to go on a date, and it was the reason why we cut the date short. I mean the podcast short. And so I went on my date. We went to Red Lobster, which is
Ooh, I love that place.
yes, and I haven't. To be honest with you, like we haven't been in like years. Like we haven't been to Red Lobster since like Ivy was like, I want to say 3 years old, and she's about to be 8. So it's been a long time. So it's like she was like, let's go to Red Lobster. So I went to Red Lobster. What did I have? I had the link. They have this thing now. If you go on Thursdays or Wednesdays, you can get a 4 on-course meal for $15, man. That's a
There
good
you
deal.
go.
That's a good deal. So you get a salad, a soup, an entree, and a dessert for $15. Yes, please.
Hmm.
So me and my wife both did that. I had the shrimp linguine, and then I had the what was it? Baked potato soup, or I don't think that's actually what it's called, but that's what it reminded me of. And then I had the vanilla bean cheesecake, which was amazing. Okay, so I'm like stuffed, right? I'm thinking we're just gonna go home and take a nap or whatever. And she's like, babe. I was like, what? And I'm like thinking, oh no, Like she done got my tummy full. She about to like lay some news on me. You know what I'm saying? Like we about to move, or she's changing jobs or something, right? You know what I'm saying? Like my belly's full. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
Mhm.
I'm like, what's gonna happen? She's I have some news, and I'm like, what's that? And she's we're gonna go buy a Switch today. I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, we're gonna get you a Switch. And I was like, you're lying. And she's like, no, we're gonna go get you a Switch. She's like, we're gonna go right after we pick up Ivy from school. And sure enough, we went to Walmart and got a Switch. Got Super Smash Bros. Got Mario Party. Got the new Super Mario U game,
Mhm.
and the what Mario Party, Smash Bros, and Mario Kart.
Nice.
Yo, that's my wife, man. My wife worked hard, and low key, I think she wanted the Switch. More than I mean, of course, I love the Switch, but I think she really wanted it too. And then she
She
got me.
wanted more than you did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not like my wife's gonna be like willingly to be like, yo, let's go drop this money like this. If anybody knows my wife. So it was crazy, and then she bought me this generic pro controller, which was really cool because it was Yoshi, uh,
Mhm.
uh, whipped cream and chocolate syrup. Yo, you know what I'm saying though? Um, so like she bought me this like generic pro controller, which was really cool because it like had Yoshi on it, and it was like really cool. I didn't think it was like the generic version, but it was like $20, so I just thought it was on sale, right? Well,
Mhm.
I played it for like an hour, and like I broke the controller.
Uh-oh.
Um, yeah, I don't know if I broke it or if it came broke or whatever. It was broke. So for like the rest of the night, I had to play Smash with the Joy Cons. Oh, it was
Mhm.
so bad. Um,
Uh-oh.
playing Smash with the little side things, or like the little side separated things, is a no go. Not that it doesn't work; it works well, but it's so small you're afraid you're gonna break it. Uh,
Yeah.
so my wife returned it, and we actually got the actual pro controller that goes to the uh the Switch, and I've been in love with it ever since. And ironically, one of our favorite games is on the Switch that we didn't even know, and I showed you this during the week, and that's Arena of Valor. It's
Yeah.
one of our favorite mobile games. Uh
Mhm.
and it's amazing on the Switch. Uh Amazing. I am like not even trying to toot my own horn, but I play that game amazing. And ironically, that's all the tournaments that you were talking about and stuff like that.
Yeah.
About Arena of Valor, it's actually switching to the Switch.
Yep.
Yes, so your boy Handy's getting in the mix like a bag of
Yes,
tricks.
sir.
Yes, and yeah, we got to get you in there too. Got to get you a Switch, man. Uh, I'm gonna be talking about the Switch today. Some few points that a lot of people didn't bring up in videos, um, and stuff like that that a lot of people didn't think of talking about. But I see it as an issue. Um, it's not like a deal breaker. It's only a deal breaker if you don't want to spend the money. Okay, it's not a lot of money, and it's not for everybody. Okay, this is mainly for people that are streamers or content creators. If you are content creators, you're gonna want to stay tuned. I also have another question that I'm going to bring up. Yo, what up, Cicero? God, man, my late night snack. I always be watching Cicero late at night. Somehow I just end up there. At late at night, I gotta be honest with you guys. I stream bounce. There's too many of y'all on at the same flipping time, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, y'all can't. I can't expect y'all to beat around everybody's schedule, but just understand, your boy Handy is not afraid to admit, yo, I bounce. Okay, I may drop in your channel for a little bit and say hello, what up, what up, what up, and chop it up a little bit, and then I bounce somewhere else. It's not that there's nothing wrong with anybody's channel. It's just I gotta bounce. I gotta try and show love everywhere that I can, especially channels that I don't get to show love in a lot of. So I was in Sister Rose channel last night. There's only so many hours in this. I know, man. One day, like, I just want to like take a day off and just support everybody. But I don't even think that's possible, cause not everybody. Watch the day that I take off. Everybody takes that day off too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's
That would happen.
yeah, it would. That always happens. People understand, believe me, and if they don't, oh well. Yo, I hear you there, Cicero. Thank you, my friend. I have a lot of new stuff coming, a lot. And how are you? And the fam's great. That's another thing too. My wife started this new diet. Her doctor actually gave her this medicine. Like, of course, my doctor came to her about it. It didn't come to my wife, but she was like, would you like to, possibly lose some weight? And my wife was like, yeah, I just want to do it the right way. I don't want to do it all drastically. So like he gave her this medicine that he uses, and to help him lose weight. And he was like, just eat healthy, and do normal exercise and like nothing drastic and crazy. So that's what we've been doing. So this week and from now on, we've been like eating healthy. I don't have to eat healthy, but I'm choosing to eat healthy to support my wife. Because it'd be kind of messed up. Here she is trying to eat healthy, and I'm over here eating a Big Mac in front of her. You know what I mean? Like, yum. You know what I mean? So if she's eating healthy, I'm eating healthy. Which is cool though. Is like what it's done is like, even though my wife's like super tired to do home cooked meals, because before my wife had like any kind of crazy job like this, my wife used to like cook like nonstop, like in healthy stuff. But since she comes home by like she's home by like 7, 8 o'clock, she really doesn't want to cook. So then by that time we're like fast food it up. But we've been doing the home cooked meals. You know, yesterday she had zucchini zucchini noodle spaghetti. I had regular spaghetti, but instead of like hamburger meat, we did some lean turkey stuff. So your boy Handy trying to eat healthier. I did tell her today I'm drinking more than one soda today though. It's the podcast. You got to drink more than one Pepsi in the podcast. If you don't drink more than one Pepsi in the podcast, something's wrong with you. And if you don't drink Pepsi, well then, do what
Shame on you.
Shame on you. But if you got to drink the Coke, it's okay. Just don't do it on camera. No, I'm just kidding. As though she would say, blasphemy. Although I'm pretty sure people are gonna be sliding in your DMs, OG, because I did drink a Coke during the Switch stream. I did do my first Switch stream on Saturday night. But to be fair, they didn't have no Pepsi, so my wife bought me a Coke. I thought she was gonna buy me a Dr. Pepper, but it slipped her mind and she bought me a Coke. Yeah, that was another thing too. We had our first Saturday night Switch stream on we are now streaming on Saturdays. We're doing family stream night with the Switch. We played Super Mario U and Super Mario Kart. Yo, I didn't realize how good I was at Mario Kart, man. I'm actually really good at Mario Kart. I was like, I don't remember being this good on the 64. But then again, it was a weird controller. But I was actually pretty decent.
Well, so you had some practice back in the day.
Well, yeah. I mean, Rainbow Road's still Rainbow Road. They actually have Rainbow Road on there. I remember that. Yeah, it was definitely good. But I mean, that was my week, and I did not get to stream on Mixer last week because my glasses broke. So, like, literally, like, they just fell off the bathroom counter, which is okay because I was not prepared. Okay, because Wednesday night I was up playing Smash all night long. So, yeah, I was not prepared. I didn't go to bed until 4 a.m.
I believe it.
I I I absolutely love Smash, dude. It's so hard for me not to play Smash all the time. Um,
Yeah.
it's a really good game. But you have to remember, like, we're coming from people that used to play this competitively, back in the 64 days. So this is why, when it comes to Smash, me and OG love Smash. Like the fun and the times that we used to have at your house playing Smash. Oh my god.
Hmm.
Oh my god.
Yep.
But OG, why don't you go ahead and start off with the news? I'm done talking about my week, cause yeah, I could just talk about Smash
All day.
all day. Yeah, all
Mm-mm-mm.
day.
Huh. All right. There's actually a lot of interesting news. So I'm trying to figure out what to really bring up first. I guess I'll start with something that we don't really ever talk about,
Interesting.
very often at least. A little bit
Mm-hmm.
of VR
Mm.
because Nintendo Switch, the Labo has the VR kit that's out. For those who don't know, so there are a lot of for those of you that are into VR and have a Switch, you're now able to actually do it yourself.
Yeah.
You know, you obviously have to build it,
Yeah.
but you still use the stuff in the Switch, and you can play various games. Like I think there's like some kind of a job simulator thing. There's a I think some kind of a vacation simulator.
And there's a
There's even
camera. There's a camera, well, like, where you can you could take pictures. You could take pictures under the sea. So, like,
mhm.
basically, like, you'll have the thing, and you'll be looking through, and you'll be like you're in the sea, and you could, like, take pictures of, like, the fish and stuff in the sea. It's pretty cool.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, see. And then there's also talk about Zelda, the newest one that just came out, about a year or two ago.
Mm-hmm.
That is apparently going to be in VR. So that's going to be interesting. Breath of the Wild. There you go. That's the one.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
so you can do VR with that, which I'm assuming is an interesting experience.
Mm.
Like I said, like Nintendo Switch, they're actually on the VR thing. I didn't honestly didn't think they were gonna really get there this soon. I honestly assumed that Nintendo would be like 3, 4 years after Sony and Microsoft started going hard on it. But no, Nintendo apparently they've been planning this for a while and they got in there too.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Here's where they nailed it. Okay. It's not like they just made a visor and a game and threw it in your face and said, "Buy this VR." Right?
Right.
They made it to where the child can build their thing themselves, and then, or the adult. I mean, it's who says it's just for kids? But and and okay, and I'm gonna explain how I know about this. And it's gonna blow your mind. Um, um, so you can build it and do all these things, and then you can build your pretty much what experience you want. But not only that, there's a space. There's a space in the game where it actually teaches you coding. So you can have the virtual VR, whatever, however you want it, however you have it set, and it actually teaches you basic coding in video games. Uh, so it's like your child is taking basic coding classes in video games. I thought that was really cool.
That is pretty cool. As a matter of fact, coding is like a career for
Right,
gaming.
right.
So if you want to be in the gaming industry, coding, which I will say, and because my girlfriend actually used to go to college for coding,
Mhm.
coding is a lot of work. It is very, very tedious, but it's very
Mhm.
rewarding if you can get a job and and know what you're doing for a living and be passionate about it. It could be really awesome.
Mhm. And yeah, and so basically, and here's the cool thing, is it kind of did it like Super Mario Maker, like, where not only does it teach you about coding, but you can upload your VR levels, and then you can play those levels, and then other people can play those levels. So that's where Nintendo, in my opinion, is winning, because not only are you getting to play VR, but you're learning. It's teaching you stuff. And Nintendo's always been about teaching you stuff as far as like technology and stuff. And you want to know how I learned about this? So
Hmm.
on the Switch, there's a little news section, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they bring that stuff up. And guess what I found out?
What's that?
Remember our good friends over at Nintendo Power and how we said, you know what? I miss the Nintendo Power magazine. Remember how we said that?
Yeah.
Guess what?
What's that?
They have a podcast on the Switch.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes.
I always wondered if they did a podcast because I know they don't do the magazine anymore.
Right.
So
Right.
huh.
It's a Nintendo Power magazine podcast. And you can access it on the Switch. I actually listened to it. Weirdly
That's
enough,
pretty cool. Is it good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Weirdly enough, though, they're only on episode 13. This is exactly what I'm talking about. How have you been established for so long and only on the 13th episode? Maybe we're doing it wrong. Maybe we should take 4 weeks off and just not do an episode for 4 weeks or something. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't get it.
Well, Nintendo's been around forever, and Nintendo Power was around forever, so they can get away with not doing a podcast very often.
I know, but it's so weird. Nintendo is always late to game. I don't know if they're late. I wouldn't call Nintendo late, honestly, to be honest with you. And I'm not saying this because I own a Switch. I'm saying this because they've always made smart moves. The only smart move they did not make is the Wii U, right? But even the Wii was actually good, in a sense. In fact, I was very sad to learn that there's no bowling game on the Switch. I'm sad.
Aw.
I'm sad. I'm so sad because the Joy-Cons work like the Wii remotes, kind of. So I was looking forward to playing bowling, right? And yeah, no bowling. I'm sad.
Well, I guess they didn't want a bunch of people blaming Nintendo for their broken TVs like they did back when, the Wii did the Wii bowling, because that was a thing.
Oh,
nobody.
But you can still do that with Mario Party, because that's the only way you can play Mario Party is with like that, and you have to put the wristlet on, because it still comes with a wristlet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I don't know. Then.
I need bowling back in my life, please. I got Smash. I got Arena of Valor. I need bowling. Those are the top 3 games I need on the Switch right now. But like I was saying, I don't know if they're necessarily late. I just think they're basically going now. They're like, okay, we're gonna see what PlayStation's gonna do. We're gonna see what Xbox is gonna do. We're gonna let them fall flat on their face in what they do. And really, PlayStation's have been falling on their face. It's been Xbox as far as execution wise. And then Nintendo's been capitalizing. Believe it or not, Nintendo's winning right now. Nintendo's been winning. Nintendo's like the Switch is the best selling console right now. It's been outselling the PlayStation 4. So to say late, I don't know. I just think they're just playing it smart. I don't know if I necessarily agree with late. But I can see what you're saying that because it seems Sony still is outselling Xbox though, but the Switch is outselling. Yeah, it's outselling both of them. Yeah, I don't. Well, the main reason why PlayStation is selling out Xbox is not really because of the tech. It's because of exclusives. And that's what late is being adopting current trends, etc., online gameplay, social media experience. Yeah, I don't know. And see, that's what I've been struggling with, right? Because I don't know if Nintendo's always been about following trends,
Yeah, Nintendo's never been about following trends. It's not that Nintendo's too late. Nintendo just doesn't care, and they don't need to care.
Yeah.
Just look at the numbers. The numbers speak for itself. They don't need to care about the trends. They've always been the company to do their own thing. And sometimes they're successful, sometimes they're not. But Yeah, Nintendo has never had a need to care about trends. Usually, they set the trends for the most part. They set
Yeah.
their own thing.
Yeah, in
You know
fact,
what I mean?
yeah, because like we were talking about this, I think last week or the week before. If Nintendo wanted to kill Fortnite, it could. All they would have to do is make a Mario type battle royale with like all this, like basically make a Super Smash Brothers, but make it battle royale with like guns and stuff. Dude, that's the cartoony, out of the atmosphere type battle royale that can only that'd be the only BR that could compete with Fortnite because it'd be on the same level. It'd be like when I say compete with Fortnite, I mean the same creative level as Fortnite because right now Fortnite could come up with like aliens in a spaceship. Yo, what up, Cloudy? Thank you so much for that host. It can come up with aliens in a spaceship, and guess what? It would work in Fortnite because of the creative atmosphere that Fortnite's in. Really, right now, what BR right now is in that creative space? There's none. But you know who could go in that creative space? Nintendo. I mean, look at all the Super Mario games like that, like are so weird and crazy and out of the box. Like that Mario Rabbit. Like what? You know what I mean? Like to me, like that's weird and strange, but to somebody else, like that's amazing. Uh, and so like if Nintendo wanted to kill Fortnite, they could really kill Fortnite. They could do it. Uh, I don't think they're going
I
to
would
do.
say that they could at least compete. I wouldn't necessarily say kill Fortnite, but I'd say that they would be a good competitor.
They
Yeah.
they they'd blow Apex out the water. I know that. Um, you know, but I don't
Mhm.
I don't see Nintendo jumping in that lane.
And I'm kind of hoping they don't jump in
Yeah.
that lane. I don't think Nintendo needs to do that, and I would rather Nintendo not be on that bandwagon of of that. I mean, technically, they have their own thing with Tetris 99. Just stick with that.
Which I'm going to give my opinion on that. Um, because I have been playing Tetris 99. Also,
Okay.
I have been playing that. I played it for. I think I can give my opinion. I've been playing it for about. I played it. I put about 2 or 3 hours into it. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so I think I can give my opinion on it a little bit. But yeah, I wouldn't even count Tetris 99 stepping in that space, to be honest. But yeah, they have done their own thing on it, but I wouldn't even call it stepping in the BR space, to be honest with you. Um,
It is its own thing because of
uh,
how many players are
right,
involved and
right,
whatnot.
right, 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 right. But yeah, it's crazy to fight to see how powerful the Switch is for only draw. I found this out, and this is a fun fact about the Nintendo Switch. Did you know the Nintendo Switch only draws 7 watts of power?
I believe that.
That is crazy. 7 watts of power, and yet I could play these crazy games. Uh, you know, pretty crazy. And what blows my mind about the Nintendo Switch is that we're on cartridges. Nintendo Switch is cartridge. Nintendo is not disc, right? So,
Hmm.
and ironically, I bought all my games physical on the
Which
Nintendo
is
Switch.
interesting.
It's very interesting, right? It's a pain in the butt because I have to de-dock my Switch. I do. Most people wouldn't have to, but me, I have to. So when I de-dock my Switch, it like turns it off my TV, and then I have to put it back in the dock. But the reason why I bought the game physical is because I don't have to worry about the disc scratching. I don't have to worry about my daughter scratching the disc. It's just a
Yep.
little cartridge. So I'm like, well, okay, I'm going back to physical now, and it's lesser memory.
Hmm.
It's lesser memory space. If you, I don't know if this is necessarily true with PlayStation or Xbox, but I know this is with the Switch. When you buy your games physical, it's lesser file space you have to save um, on your hard drive. So that was another good plus. So yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So ironically, I have all physical games except for Tetris 99 and Arena of Valor. That's it.
Yeah.
Those are the only digital games I have. Other than that, they're all physical. So you should be proud of me. I bought physical games.
I'm very proud of you. Although I'm more proud of your wife because she's the one that actually bought it. But
Yeah.
still,
Yes. 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 Yeah. I'm still in shock. I
Mm.
I couldn't. I don't even. I I had told her, I was like, if I could marry you again, I would do it all over again, like right now. I would do it like right now, and it was crazy. So and ironically, we game every night together now. She said, "This is what I needed to game with you. I needed a Nintendo," and I was like, "Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
Nintendo brings families together,
yes,
straight up.
yes, Devin, yes." You're gonna have to check on Arena of Valor, bro. It's so good. It's so good. I actually I could solo queue and kick butt. I was showing Dwight my stats the other day. He was like, "Oh my
Mm.
Jesus!" But yes, get Arena of Valor. I need to give you my friend code. That's so weird. I can't just tell you look me up. I have to give you my friend code ID. That's so weird.
Mm.
Yeah, and yeah.
Yeah,
So.
because I did play Arena of Valor for a little while, because I actually demoed it on my YouTube channel once. I
Mhm.
didn't do so well, but at least I got to show the basics of what it's about, and that's kind of what the whole point was, is just to demo it, not to like destroy everything.
Mhm.
Um, but after a while, I stopped playing, and I forgot why. I think it was before like my phone had
It
issues or
was
whatever the
it
case
was the
is.
controls. It was the
Oh, the
controls.
control of the mobile is probably what it was, more than
Mhm.
likely, yeah.
Mhm. Guess what I
Because I think I might have been having some issues with it, probably, but yeah.
I play with the pro controller. I play with a full controller.
I think a controller would be a lot easier to play with
It's
than the actual like
it's o
tapping on your phone or
i-
tablet.
in my opinion, it's OP. In
Mm.
my opinion, it's OP, dude. It's so OP, but I don't know. Nintendo always like that. Need friend codes. I get that. I guess it's a safety thing. I don't know. But it's not like, oh, I remember Cloudy's code. Like Nintendo's always been like that though. So basically, when you get your Nintendo Switch, because it's not if you get your Nintendo Switch, OG Crunkster, it's when. So if I want to be your friend, you have to give me this 12-digit code.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of weird, but it's interesting.
Hmm.
And if like say, here's what I do like though. Say if I accidentally show my code on stream,
Hmm.
I can request a new code every 30 days. So
That's cool.
yeah, that's cool. I like that. I like that. That's pretty dope. But speaking to, I guess since we're talking about the Switch, I guess I can talk about like my the big disadvantages to the Switch when it comes to being a streamer. Um, it's actually easy to get the video up if you already have an Elgato um, capture card. That's the easy part. The hard part is that every home console has the optical digital out, right? That goes to your soundboard or your sound whatever. It goes to your sound. Mine goes to my headset box to where I can hear whatever game I'm playing. Okay. Well, unfortunately, the the um the Nintendo Switch dock does not have an out, optical audio out. So, like, if say for instance, if I'm streaming the Switch, I have no way of hearing my audio of the Switch when I have my headset on. Now I could take the 3.5 millimeter jack, plug the cord that's from my PC into the Switch, but then I don't have my alerts for my stream in my ear either. So I have to either deal without knowing what's going on my stream or deal with not hearing the game with my headset on. So there's a solution to this problem. You have to I already have an HDMI selector, but there's a different HDMI selector. If y'all don't know what an HDMI selector is, it's like when you have multiple inputs in, like say you have a PlayStation, an Xbox, and a Switch, whatever console you have on, it automatically switches to that console, to your TV. Well, there's another switch that has an optical audio out. So basically, whatever it switches to, it automatically switches to that audio. That's what you're gonna need if you're gonna want to if you're gonna want to stream on the Switch and still have all the audio in your ear without it affecting uh, your experience. That's something that I'd had to deal with Friday. It was very interesting, and I didn't think about that. Like I thought automatically that the dock had an optical audio out port, but it didn't. Um,
Mm.
Another thing, and that's the one thing like nobody really talks about, as far as with the Switch. As far as like, I remembered like when we were first talking about the Switch when the Switch first dropped. That wasn't one of the things we talked about. We talked about the warping, the scratching of the screen, and the other stuff. But we never. I don't ever remember anybody else bringing that up, and I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it until I'm actually facing the issue myself. Uh, I'm actually in the process of getting that. It's only you can get it for $25 on Amazon for those people that are streamers and you have multiple consoles. You need an HDMI switcher anyway. You might as well purchasing that, and you can and if you are a 4K person, it also has 4K. So I mean I know there's more expensive ones out there, but I found one for $25. That's what I'm gonna be purchasing. So when I'm streaming, and what's really cool is now I won't have to switch my optical cable out for when I go to the PlayStation or the Xbox because it will automatically switch it for me. I just need one cord. So it worked out either way, but I just wanted to give that news there for you guys. Another thing that for streamers if you're gonna stream the Switch, as of right now, out of the box, there is no way out of the box it comes to is it able to hook up straight to your modem. The only way it hooks up to your modem is wirelessly. For streamers, that could be an issue, or content creators, that could be an issue, depending on your bandwidth. Because while you're streaming, that could take up most of your bandwidth. So then, therefore, you have no more like what you call it, like internet to really run your Wi-Fi connection. But Nintendo has solved this problem, but you have to buy it separately. Uh, there's a is there you have a 3.0 USB in the back of your dock. There's a little thing that you can buy. It's called USB to Ethernet, that it plugs right into your 3.0 USB hub. And then once you plug that into your USB thing, you can plug your Ethernet cable and then plug your Ethernet cable into the modem, and then you have a wired connection. Again, it's solvable, but it's just something that if you are a streamer, these are things that you're going to have to invest in if you're wanting to play games online and stream the Switch online, because you want to have. I mean, the thing with playing games online in general is not having a stable connection, and something like the Switch, with it being small and portable and being Wi-Fi, you don't really have a good stable connection as far as Wi-Fi. Sometimes it's a struggle to play Smash Online sometimes. Not necessarily because of their connection, because of my connection. Right now on my Switch, I'm only pulling, because I'm on Wi-Fi, I'm only pulling 35 megabytes per second. Uh, and maybe 10 megabytes, 35 milli, uh, 35, 35 MBS and up, and then I'm only pulling 10 down, or 10. I mean 35 down and then 10 up. Uh, you know, for which is fine. If I'm wired, it's fine. But the thing with wireless is that your connection varies. It goes up and down and up and down. And not necessarily because of where your modem is. It's how much stuff you have in your house that are already either feeding off that same signal or other signals. Yeah, you don't see the signals getting in the way because they're like invisible to our eye. But if you was to actually like take like something that could see it, you could see like lines crossing each other and all this stuff. So sometimes like that interferes, so that interferes with your connection. So these are all things you have to, um as a streamer, as a content creator, these are all things that you have to um to consider when you are streaming or doing content for, games, if you're going to do games online for the Switch. um Now, unfortunately, I have not been able to order or not buy one of those, because they say you can buy them at Walmart, but everywhere I go in Walmart, they're sold out. So your boy Handy's still going wirelessly, but I just want to bring it to anybody else's attention that that's thinking about buying a Switch and is going to think about streaming the Switch. It's like I said, it's nothing bad. It's easy fixes. It's just something that needs to be brought to your attention. I wish it had been brought to my attention before I bought my Switch, because I would already had those, uh, maybe those things purchased. At least the Ethernet cable. I've been dealing without the sound. I know how to play Smash. I know how Smash plays without sound, so that's fine. But at least the Ethernet part of it. So I just wanted to bring that to you guys' attention. Um, as far as like what you need for streaming. Uh, Other than that, I will let OG go ahead, and then I will give my review on some games. But as a console, as something that I enjoy, I give an overall. I give the Nintendo Switch, because I've been putting hours on my Switch. I give the Nintendo Switch a solid 8. Okay. The reason why I give it an 8 is because for two reasons. It's not going to take over your main console. And I'm not saying this for games. I'm saying this for accessibility. I know OG uses his PlayStation 3 to browse the internet, correct? Yes or no?
No.
Oh,
I actually use
uh,
my PS3. I use to go through YouTube,
okay.
but that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought at some point you were using it to browse the internet. I apologize.
Oh, no, no, no.
Okay.
PS3. Well, I'll put it to you this way. Sony consoles can browse the internet, but it's very
Okay.
slow. It's not good. I would
No.
not do that.
Yeah. No. It's not good, and that's possibly why Nintendo. They actually, you cannot browse the internet with the Nintendo Switch. There's
Yeah,
no. There's
and
no.
that's fine. They shouldn't allow you to
Yeah.
try because it's just frustrating.
But now here's a weird thing though. You can't connect to Facebook to share your stuff. So if you connect, here's a funny thing. I found a loophole. So if you go to the thing where you connect to Facebook, it takes you to your Facebook page to connect it, and then as long as you stay on that, you can actually browse your Facebook, which is ironic. Uh, it's weird,
There
but
are certain apps that you can use, like if you want to use Twitch and YouTube and things like certain apps are perfect for
right, right,
Sony and stuff like that. So I do use Sony for all of my video streaming apps as far as when I'm watching stuff.
right,
I
right,
just don't browse the internet. That's
right.
all.
And that's gonna be my next thing that I'm going to discuss, and this is why I say this won't be your daily driver. Unfortunately, Netflix is not on a Nintendo Switch. Unfortunately, the Twitch is not on the Nintendo Switch. Unfortunately, the only video apping service that is on the Switch is YouTube. Um, YouTube is great. I use YouTube. YouTube is wonderful, but not everybody uses YouTube. Yeah, I mean, not everybody just uses just YouTube. I'll say everybody uses YouTube. They took the web browser out because that's how people were modding their 3DSs and other devices. Ooh, nice knowledge there, Cloudy. Thank you for the knowledge. Thank you, sir. So, and I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that, like, your Nintendo, if you are selling if your PlayStation and your Xbox is your daily driver, and you are getting rid of this, like, say for instance, if you watch, I don't know, Crunchyroll, Netflix, and on your Xbox One or your PlayStation, and you're selling that to get your Switch, thinking you're gonna be able to do that on the Switch, don't do that, because you're not gonna be able to do that. You're not going to be able to watch Twitch on the Switch. There's a lot of apps that you're just not going to be able to watch. Now, if you got Hulu, which if you already have, now here's something. I'm about to blow your mind. You ready? So, if you have Hulu right now and you have Spotify, actually, if you have Spotify, you automatically get Hulu for free. Now, you get the free premium service of Hulu. So, I mean, if that's your route, and and you wanna use the Switch for that, then there you go. Then the Switch could be your daily driver. But if you watch Twitch, you watch Netflix, you watch Crunchyroll, you watch all that stuff. I don't watch Crunchyroll, but I know a lot of my viewers do. They watch Crunchyroll.
I do.
Yeah, you watch.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so and you would think that would be pretty cool to watch on the go on the mobile like that, because I'd rather watch stuff on the Switch than my phone because the screen is a lot more bigger and the sound's better. Well, I won't say bigger, it's wider. But you just won't be able to. Like, it's just not a thing. I don't know if necessarily they're going to be coming up with that in the future, or maybe Nintendo Switch doesn't want to do that. But the only apps you can download right now from the Switch are YouTube and
Spotify.
no, Hulu, not Spotify.
Or Hulu.
Yeah, Hulu.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is it kind of sucks, but I mean, to some people, maybe that's all they watch. So, again,
Yeah.
that's why I give it a solid 8, because it won't replace the things that you use your Xbox for or your PS4 for. Now, again, like I said, the games, that's opinionated. Like, I'm not leaving it up to the games. Some people may not like Smash. Some people may not like Super Mario, Mario games. So the games are opinionated, but so when I give that solid 8, it's because of like accessibility. Like, I want to be able to watch that stuff on my Switch, because I could be watching that stuff on the Switch while my wife's watching TV. So, and that's what I was looking forward to. Something better for me to watch Twitch on besides my phone, while my wife is watching TV. You know what I mean? But I can't watch Twitch yet. Oh, sad. But it's all good. Other than that, like, I absolutely love the Switch. It's got some good functionality that other consoles need, as far as, like, I'm able to calibrate my controllers and check to see if my sticks are broken, to check to see if my buttons are broken. Basically, you can do a diagnostic check on your controller, which is really freaking cool. Why do other consoles not do this? I don't understand it. Like, I can literally, it tells me if my stick's broken, if it's drifting. It tells me if my buttons are broken or if my buttons are stuck. Why do other consoles not do this? That's how I found out the controller that I bought, the cheap one. That's how I found out it was broken. Nintendo told me, your controller's broken.
Mm-hmm.
They said go return it, so I went and returned it, which is pretty dope. Yeah. So that's my review on Nintendo. Again, on the Switch. Again, I absolutely love it. I don't play it in handheld mode though. Handheld mode seems a little too big for me, for my hands. I've tried. It's hard to play Arena of Valor in handheld mode. It's too big. I can see why they're going the smaller version. Which I don't. Do you have? I don't know. I don't ever look at your hands. You got big hands or small hands?
I guess they're kind of big.
So yeah, maybe handheld would be good for you. But I mean, it's not hard to hook it up to your TV at all. It's just plug the dock into the TV and then boom, there you go. So it's very easy on how, like, the Switch slides in like a Super Nintendo cartridge would for the Super Nintendo. That's how it slides in, and it clicks in like a Super Nintendo cartridge would. It's kind of crazy.
Which I'm down with that,
Yeah.
because Super Nintendo was a very, very good console.
Yeah, like that's what it reminds me of. It just like it has, how, like, when you click it in, how it makes that noise and stuff. It's exactly how it sounds.
Cool.
You can still use the controller, I believe. You can, I use it in hand. You can use, Oh, you can still use a controller in handheld. I didn't know that. I think. Oh, but I think I have to have it plugged in. Oh no, but my controller's wired and wireless, so that's pretty dope. Yeah, yeah. And the Joy Cons last 20 hours off battery, which is really cool. So
That's good.
yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. I recommend the Switch, but I just don't recommend it to be the daily driver if you watch a lot of apps on your um on your other consoles. So, but I definitely enjoy it and love it. But what other news? Why don't you go ahead, OG? Sorry, I took a big chunk of space.
No, you're good. You're good. Like I said, the Switch is a big deal, you know, because we talked about it when it first dropped, but neither one of us had one. So, you
Right.
know, it's a thing.
It's different when when you actually own it. Um, you know what I mean? Than actually talking about it. But now that you own it, you actually see stuff for yourself. Um,
Right.
and you people scratching your screens, y'all just being lazy. Y'all being lazy, man. I mean, I can see how you're scratching the screen, like in the dock, but you just gotta pay attention. You just gotta pay attention, or you could put a cloth in on the inside of it, as long as it's not covering that one part. You could put a cloth on the inside and then just put it in, and you'd be straight. But yeah, sorry if that offends anybody. I'm just being funny, but it's not hard to not scratch your screen. You just gotta pay attention. But go ahead. What else you got to talk about, OG?
No, you're good. I mean, from the way that it sounds, basically, the Nintendo Switch is a good gaming console, which is what it's supposed to be to
Right,
begin with.
right. It's not. It's not. It's.
If you're looking for a media player, just stick with your PlayStation or your Xbox. Simple as that.
I.
Which is nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I still say the Xbox is the best media machine. Honestly, that's my opinion. That's my opinion.
Yep.
But
All right. So let's go ahead and talk about something a bit off topic, because we've been kind of talking a lot about the Google Stadia, but there's something going down between Apple Arcade too. So I'm going to bring that up. They're doing some scheming and some plotting. So Apple is now investing over $500 million in the Apple Arcade. And
why?
what they're trying to do, well, here's why. Well, one, they're trying to be Google. Like if you want to talk about a legit console war, and I said it with the like air quotations because they're not consoles,
Yeah.
but Google Stadia and Google and Apple in general have been at war for a long time. Like they are the ones trying to say no, ours is better, no, ours is better. Where Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo aren't really saying anything; they're just kind of putting stuff out. But what Apple's doing, and honestly, some of the stuff Apple's been doing all along.
Right.
But for example, Apple right now is in the process of trying to sign games for its new subscription service, trying to get exclusivity, making it to where they're basically trying to get with developers to have some of their games just, they're doing one of two things. Either want their games to be just exclusive to Apple, or make it to where Apple gets it before Google.
Yeah.
Now,
Because
this is
because this would be the first time Google would be doing it before Apple. I mean, I'm sorry, didn't mean to cut you off, but I just wanted to bring
no,
that
you're
up.
good.
I just
No,
wanted
you're
to.
absolutely good.
Yeah.
Now, this source came from somebody else, not actually Apple directly, because Apple was asked about this and they chose to decline commenting on these facts. But anyone who's ever dealt in the mobile, you know, atmosphere for as long as I have knows that a lot of times games come out on Apple before Google. So this is the kind of underhanded tactics that
Right.
Apple's been doing all along.
Right.
So it's no surprise that they're trying to do exclusivity and get their games, you know, before Google.
Right. That's
So, you know,
that's crazy.
that's a normal thing.
That's crazy. But $5 million to do so?
$500 million.
Oh, my bad.
They're
Let
spending
me
that
add
money.
a couple more zeros. 500 million. That's crazy.
Yeah. hmm
That's,
Yeah, they're really trying to destroy Google on this, you know, mobile market. They
and
really are.
that's crazy, dude.
Mhm.
What exclusives do you want?
Well, it doesn't even matter at this point. The fact that they can have certain games only playable on Apple is a big deal because as a lot of people complain that Microsoft doesn't have enough exclusives. So this is kind of Apple's way of saying, well, if Microsoft's taking a lot of heat for a lack of exclusives, we could basically try to monopolize gaming in general to where only they get the games and not Google,
But
so that people can start complaining about Google.
that puts me in a weird position as a developer, right? Because like your goal is you want as many people playing your game as possible.
Yeah.
You want everybody playing your game. Like that's what I don't understand. I don't I don't get as a developer or as a company why you would do an exclusive deal. I don't get it. Except well, of course the money. Like duh. Like but as far as like other reasons, like as a growing thing, like why would you say, you know what? Like okay, like say for instance, I'm Epic, right? Like just say, let's pretend I'm Epic. I'm the CEO of Epic, and like Apple comes up with this deal, and let's just pretend that like I could just make Fortnite exclusive, you know, and I'm like, you know what? I want that money, so yo, Fortnite is now exclusively on the Apple devices.
Hmm.
Okay, you.
Well,
I mean,
Google is their only competitor, so it's not like the console wars where you have at least three, different competitors trying to do things. This is a way to completely take over since you only have one competitor.
so basically,
Um,
we're gonna have like exclusivity. Well, I guess we already have exclusivity apps for games, sort
yeah, there
of.
are some games you can probably only play on Apple, and it's a well-known fact that
Apple gets it
there are
first.
a lot of mobile games come out on Apple before Google
Mm-hmm.
anyway. For example, Hearthstone.
Hearthstone. Yep, I
That's
remember.
that's a big example right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They came out on Apple probably maybe 6 months or more before it actually was on Google.
Yeah. Yep.
So which was an inconveniencing because I really wanted to play Hearthstone. You know what I mean? I
Right.
was really hype about getting into that,
Right.
and then I had to wait for so long. You know what I mean? It just kind of sucked. But the idea behind it is to force you to get an Apple device so you can play those games. You're like, well, if I get an Apple device, I can just play these games right when they come out.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where the marketing is. They're trying to basically convince people to buy Apple products instead of like an Android. You know what I mean? You're
You
getting an
couldn't.
iPhone instead of an Android.
You couldn't pay me to buy an Apple product. And I'm saying this from experience. I bought it. Like, no offense to you, Apple people. Okay, I'm just being real. Okay, I'm a nerd. Okay, so like when I get my Android phone, like I do stuff that you probably shouldn't. Like I'm a nerd. Like I will like do like all this crazy stuff, and or my phone will do this stuff and do that stuff where like nobody else's phone will do that because I'm a nerd. I know I'm just a computer nerd. Like I'm a technology nerd. I'm you can ask this dude. I made a home studio work in my home ways that it shouldn't even have worked. But it worked. So and then when I got my iPhone, like I cried inside because it's like I was behind so many walls. Like anything I wanted to do, I had to like throw money at the screen, or I was behind so many like limitations. Yes, the technology is there. Yes, the technology is cool. Yes, the security is there. But to what cost? I can't enjoy my phone. I can't enjoy my product. So it's like at least with app or Android, like I can like literally make the Android product my own product, and I can turn it into whatever I want to turn it into. You know, and that's what I enjoy about Android. All the as far as phone wise, like I can legitimately, and I'm not talking like graphic wise. I'm not talking about I can make it look cool. I'm talking like legitimately, like I can if I want to, I can overclock my phone. You know what I mean? If I want
Mm.
to, I can, you know, make my phone do certain things to where like, you know, I'm not gonna mention on air completely, but just know that I can like do certain things with my phone with my Android that I can't even do with with an iPhone. And like that was probably like I'm just being real. That was like the worst year. I'd rather had because before I had that right, I had a BlackBerry, and that was like when Blackberries were like cool, right? And me personally, I'd rather have my BlackBerry over an iPhone. Like I'm just being real. I'm just being real. Like I don't understand how a consumer would rather to be in a box or be limited as far as what you can do with your product, considering how much money you're spending. Like think about it, you're spending 1,000 or something dollars on a phone, on a flagship phone, but yet you're limited on what you can do. I'd rather spend $1,000 on my phone, hypothetically, and be able to do whatever I want with it. Why? Because I paid $1,000 for my phone. I should be able to do whatever I want. So, if I want my freaking phone to freaking, you know, I don't know, levitate and open the door for me and say hello, how's your day? I should be able to program it to do so. You know, with with Apple, yes, it's possible, but for $5.95 plus another $3.95 plus another $4.95, and then on top of that, you're still behind this wall because of this and such and this and this and this. Like I can't root my phone. I can't root an Apple phone. Root I can root my Android. I can make it do whatever I want it to do. I could boot Windows 10 on this phone if I want to. You know, and not recommending to do that. Don't do that. It's a lot of work. It's crazy. Don't do it. But if I wanted to, I could do that. On iPhone, I can't do that. So, I don't know, man. I just not dissing anybody that's on the iPhone. Yeah, I get it. It's cool. I just don't understand it. I don't understand why people want to limit themselves as far as technology. It's like putting yourself behind. You're basically saying it's funny, right? Because everybody complains about paywall, but really, when you buy an Apple product, you're putting yourself behind a paywall. So I just don't get it. I don't understand. And and again, I'm speaking from experience from somebody that owned an iPhone for 2 years, and it was like literally like I was behind a paywall, and I just didn't like it, didn't enjoy it. So I don't know. It's interesting to see how this is going to turn out. I know this.
Well, I know that most developers are not completely jumping on that bandwagon, so I don't want anyone to worry that this is going to be a thing.
No. Yeah.
There are a lot of like actual game developers from that do console games that are very very skeptical on both the Google Stadia and the Apple Arcade. So it's going to take a lot of finessing to get what Apple's trying to get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I totally. I don't know. Like it's like to the point to where like I need to see stuff in action. I could read everything. I could read articles and okay, but I need to see it. It's the same thing with the Stadia with me. Like, yeah, the Stadia is cool, but I like need to see it like not in a private circuit. Like I need to see it like if I go to Best Buy right now and Stadia, hypothetically, let's say I go to Best Buy and Stadia's on demo, right? Like I need to see it in action. Like I need to see it like in like a real form before I'm like even sold on Stadia at this point, or Apple. You know, and that brings me up to my next topic. PlayStation finally made an announcement about the PS5. Or did you not see that?
I actually did not see that.
What? You didn't see it? Oh my god! Yes, it's official. PlayStation 5 will be coming. These are the things that they announced. They announced that it's going to have like an AMD, I think 3rd generation processor, and some kind of GPU that I'd never heard of before. Only GPU, like I'm not a computer nerd, so the only GPUs I know is like 1080s, 1070s, 1050s, 1060s. I've never heard of the GPU before, but it's gonna be like, it's gonna have like this 3D tracing stuff and all this cool stuff. But again, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I'm excited. It boots it boots 20 times faster than the PlayStation 4. I mean, not boots, but loads 20 times faster. Yes, this is cool and all. Like, I'm excited and all, but I need to see this. I need to see it in action, because to me, that's just a bunch of like, to me and to the average consumer that really doesn't know anything about all these chips or whatnot. Like, that's just a bunch of like, big words. Those are big selling points. Okay, but I need to see these selling points executed. And I think that's where we come off as the consumer. It's like, yeah, we read all this cool stuff and we get hype and we throw this money at the screen. I'm telling you, as a consumer, right now we need to wait and see how this stuff executes. Wait to see how it executes, because now PlayStation normally executes well, but who's to say that it's a flop? I don't think it's gonna be a flop, but I still need to see, how it's gonna be, because here's one thing they did announce, and then I am excited for. Are you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
The PS5 will be completely backwards compatible with the PS4.
That's cool.
Yeah, so basically any PS4 games you have will be compatible on the PS5. So
that's cool. So you're not forced to buy the same game 600 times.
yeah,
Okay.
or the game that you really love that's not going to be on PS5 will be there. Will be there on the PS, 5. Now, they didn't say if it's going to make it run better or anything like that, because normally when I remember, like, when you put the PS1 games on the PS2, it'd make it run better, make it look better, or whatever. You could do all this kind of crazy cool stuff. Now, I don't know if that's a thing. Or was it PS2 games on the PS3? I don't remember. Either way,
it was PS. Well,
I think it was
I'm not
PS.
really
I think
sure.
it was PS1 to PS2, because
Yeah.
I remember doing backwards compatibility, and I never owned a PS3. So,
Yeah, and not all PS3s can have PS2 games on them anyway, like mine, for example.
okay, so yeah, that wasn't backwards compatible then.
Yeah, not completely.
So yeah. So I mean, I'm excited, but like, here's the thing, right? You gotta look at these, like, people, like, you gotta look at these consoles as like being like a presidential debate right now, right? Like, let's look at it like this. Like, right now, okay, so Google made their announcement, PS made their announcement. So, like, okay, like, it's November, and now their debate is open, and they said all these cool words and all these cool things, but we got to see who really delivers, right? Like, because I mean, it's gonna be expensive. They said something about $450. So yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Well, the thing is people are going to buy it right off the bat because there are a lot of people out there that want to have to do stuff first.
right,
So they're going to be our test dummies to basically determine how well it's going to operate.
right.
Not that I'm
And
actually calling them dummies, but I'm just using the term.
term,
But
yeah, and
that's just what it is.
right, and that's what I say. I say wait. I say wait. Yes, it's cool. The article's cool. I'm excited, but wait. And then, since we're talking about console wars and everything, Xbox made their announcement that they are releasing, and this was a disappointment to me. This was a totally disappointment to me. They are, of course, y'all knew that they were, talking about releasing their discless console, which is basically an Xbox One. It's an Xbox One S without a disc drive. It's just for people that just want to buy digital games. Okay, so first of all, it's only 200. So basically, it's going to be $50 cheaper than the normal Xbox One. So, in my opinion, just spend the extra $50 and get the disc drive. Here's the thing, okay? Because there's people that have already have it already, and they did a box opening, and they actually opened the Xbox One that's discless. Basically, this is exactly what it is. It's exactly the same Xbox One S. Looks exactly the same. There's no design change. Nothing changed about it. But when you open inside, where the disc drive goes, it's unhooked. Like there's no disc drive. Like where the place where it plugs in, there's no plug in there. The opening is still there. Like you could go buy a disc drive and plug it in, but they just removed it. So there's like been no design change whatsoever. So me personally, I mean, you're only saving $50.
You're not impressed at all.
No, I'm not impressed at all. Not impressed. It comes with 3 digital games, but one of the games is if you already have. But here's the funny thing, right? One of the 3 games that comes with free, actually 2 of the free games that comes for free, that if you already own Game Pass, it already comes for free. So you're technically only getting 1 game free. So basically, if I'm a new Xbox One owner, right, and I didn't know this, say I live under a rock and I don't listen to this podcast, which you very much should listen to this podcast because we bring the truth sometimes, and sometimes we talk about rumors, but right now here's the truth. Sea of Thieves is already on Game Pass. Minecraft is already on Game Pass. I don't even remember what the other game is, okay? But those are the 2 games that come automatically downloaded to your game. So if you didn't know that, and you bought the Xbox One S digital version, it looks exactly the same to the point to where they had to put a sticker on it to say warning, there's no disc drive in here. Anyway, so you go buy it. You don't know these things. You go and buy a Game Pass because you think you're not gonna have no games. Guess what? 2 of those games you already own. So really, what free games did it come? So basically, it came with 1 free game. So yeah, I'm not impressed, and I'm here to tell you, me personally, if you were gonna buy an Xbox One, for the discless or whatever, just spend the $50 and just buy the disc thing. Just do it. It's it's $50, but when it comes down to it, you're gonna be more happier. Maybe the only thing I can see it for is like, okay, so maybe I would buy the discless Xbox for my daughter. You know what I mean? If my daughter wanted to game and I didn't want her breaking it, sticking weird stuff in the Xbox or whatever, right? Yeah, I can see that. But if you're like gamer like me or OG, whatever, yeah, don't do it. I wouldn't do it. No, I didn't say Game Pass is free. I said when you buy the Xbox Discless One S, it comes with 3 free games, but the 3 games that it comes, but the 2 of the 3 games that it comes with are already on Game Pass. And 9 times out of 10, no. Listen what I'm saying. Minecraft, it comes with Minecraft. It comes with Sea of Thieves. Those games will be free when you buy that Xbox. It comes with 3 games, right? So, and here it is. And here's the sell point. So those games are free, but also you get the Game Pass. You can get the Game Pass for $1. So you go and buy the Game Pass. You go and buy the Game Pass. Those 2 games you got for free are already on your Xbox, and you already paying the Game Pass. I don't know. It's just dumb. Why would you give games for free that are already on your Game Pass? Because right now you can get Game Pass for $1. Yeah, I know. I didn't say the Game Pass was free. I never said the Game Pass was free. I said the 3 free games that are coming with are free. Sea of Thieves was gonna be free. Minecraft is free when you buy that Xbox. Only when you buy that Xbox. It comes with 3 digital games. They give you the code. They give you the codes on the Xbox. They give you the codes in the Xbox. I never said the pass was free.
Yeah, basically, it's a selling point for those who don't have the Game Pass. You can get those games for free. If you already had Game Pass, you would already have had it anyway. But it's more a selling point to those who don't subscribe, because not everybody subscribed to Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, but and then here's the other thing, too that they're doing, that now for $14 a month, you can either get the Game Pass free. I mean, not free. I mean, $1, or for your subscription for Xbox Live, you can get your Xbox Live service and Game Pass for $14 a month. So I don't know, man. It's just crazy. But like, my thing is, like, I don't understand why they would put games there that are already on the Game Pass there. And considering when you're new to Xbox, I think you can get a free 30-day or free 7-day trial to Game Pass. So I just don't get it. I just don't get it. To me personally, I would give games that are not on the Game Pass for free. You know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
it makes more sense.
It makes more sense. You know, it just makes more sense. But and it's like, and Sea of Thieves is becoming a better game. I've been watching. It's not for everybody, but it's for people that really enjoy the game. Like, they're adding a lot of cool stuff. There's some really cool streamers that actually like stream it really good. Actually, one of the guys from Able Gamers, he streams it really good, and he has really a lot of fun. And
That's cool.
yeah. So I mean, I've learned that Sea of Thieves is not for everybody, but it's a cool game. But that's one of the games that they're pushing. Like, they're really pushing that game. So yeah. So correction, if I came off that the Game Pass was free, sorry for that. No, the Game Pass is not free. I never said the Game Pass was free. I said the 3 digital games that come with the game when you buy the Xbox One digital. I forgot what they call it. It's Xbox One S digital version or something like that. Yeah. So, and it looks exactly the same. Nothing different. They just removed the disk drive. I'm pretty sure you could I bet you, if you unsubscribe from the Game Pass, you still play the game you download? No. Once you unsubscribe from the Game Pass, the game is no longer accessible. Yeah. I know that because when I had the 7 free day trial, they and that's the thing that I was watching the video the other day. It's like, when you buy a digital game, like, you don't own the game. You only own the game when you have a physical copy. When you buy a digital game, you're only buying the license. So it's very different. So say, for instance, I don't know, they decide to take the game off the market, or whatever the case may be, or they ban your account, or something like that, something crazy. You lose you lose that game. Yeah, so you're buying a subscription to the licenses. It's exactly like Spotify, right? Like you don't own the music, you just buying the license to listen to it whenever you want. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with all the digital. Same thing with PlayStation Now, which is the service that you used to have, right? Correct, OG?
Yeah, I used to have PlayStation Now.
Yeah, yeah. So and yeah, same thing as Netflix. You know, you get to watch it, but you don't own the movie. You just own the rights to watch the movie. It's crazy.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it's nuts. It's a crazy situation. But so personally, I like I said, I go back to what I said. If you are really gonna buy an Xbox One S, just spend the extra $50 and you know do it that way. This is my opinion. But what other news you got for us there, OG?
No, let's take a look. Let's see what direction we're gonna go this time.
I
Let's see here.
I gave you that other article for you to bring up since you're more the so
Yeah, honestly, it's not that interesting.
all
I'm not gonna lie to you.
right, all right.
I'm just gonna be real because I'll kind of bring it up real quick. Basically, the guy that was over the whole Final Fantasy 15 project is in the process of making a new game. I mean, we knew that he was pretty much going to be a part of his own company. But I looked it over and it seems okay, but I don't know if it's really worth talking about, at least until I have more information about it. So I'd rather just not really go in too far into it. Um, but
No,
let's see. Let me see.
no,
What else am I saying here? Oh yeah. Apparently, Google Play is under fire right now. Um,
oh.
so apparently, Google Play is home to numerous inappropriate games that are aimed at kids, according to some sources.
Mhm.
Um, what's happened is that a report by a group called Wired Marketplace basically shows violent and unsuitable games
Mhm.
that can be downloaded even with parental controls on. An example they used was a game called Mad Max Zombies, which features shooting mechanics that
Mhm.
lets users basically take down corpses um, with with the use of realistic firearms before
Mhm.
seeing their bodies explode and blood and gore and all that other kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So basically, what's happening is I think there were like 16 games that were recently removed permanently. They were either removed or altered from the Google Play Store so that Google could not be under fire. Now, I think the timing of this is interesting because with the whole thing about Google Stadia coming out, this is definitely the right time for cleanup because if you launch this big thing
But
and then you come under fire right after that happens,
but
it's gonna look really bad on you.
I have something to I don't know how to say it, but to like versatilize that, I guess. What's the number one game that Stadia is behind right now?
The number one game,
Like, what was the big game that they announced that they were behind that they're gonna have?
I think it was like Assassin's Creed Odyssey or something.
No, no, it was not Assassin's Creed. It was Doom. It was the new Doom coming out, and it's coming
Oh,
out.
that one too. Yeah,
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 yeah. Because Assassin's Creed Odyssey is already out. This new Doom game's not out yet. It's gonna be
right.
and guess what that is? Bloods and guts and all that crazy stuff.
Hmm.
So Mike, and you said they took it off the market to change all that, right? So
Well, they're doing one of two things. They're either taking certain games off the market or changing the parental settings of said game to where it can only be accessed by older users.
interesting, interesting.
So, like I said, if it's too bad, they're just removing it completely. Like if it's
Mm-hmm.
just, like there is a certain extent of gore which is not necessary. So I get that, just get
Mm-hmm.
rid of it. But certain games that are passable to some degree with with just adult playing or whatever, yeah, just modify it to where only certain people can access it.
Yeah. So I'm reading chat. No, again, like I said, it's it's a promotional deal with the Xbox One S that they're giving 3 free games away when you buy that the digital version of the Xbox One S. So, and that's what my thing was. Is like they're giving those games for free, but it's like you can get those. I mean, pretty much. I mean, but anyway, but yeah, that's crazy though, man. Like, I I don't know. That's crazy. Like I guess it's a good thing to do, but my biggest complaint with Stadia is like I feel like they need to fix YouTube. Just woke up. Hopefully I didn't miss so much. No, you didn't really miss much. You just missed the PlayStation 5 talk and me talking about the Switch pretty much. Dang, you get the first mini kit, man. You lucky. So where does the free games do have to do with value? You can play them free with your purchase whenever you have to pay the games for the Game Pass if you buy them on the. No, what I'm saying, like you missed the first part of the conversation. Is not that it's free or not. The first part of the conversation is that like what if like you don't know that like you got these games for free, right? But then like part of the like say you go and you buy the the pass, and I go and buy the pass, right? And I go and spend money on the pass. Well, those games that I got for free, I already have on the pass. What I'm saying is they should give you games that are not on the pass already. So if you want to buy the pass, it's a fully new experience because the pass is like stupid cheap right now. You can get the pass for $1. So anybody that's new to Xbox, I mean, would throw money and get the pass. That's what I'm saying. But like, you're not getting your full value of the games because you already got 2 of those games for free. That's all I'm saying. But that's just my personal opinion. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you didn't miss a lot. Just much as talking about PlayStation and Xbox Switch, and then we were talking about. Now we're talking about how Google's like removing games from the PlayStation the PlayStation
The Play Store.
the Play Store. I can't want to call it PlayStation Now. Or no, Google Play Store. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we're on. I don't know, man. I didn't even know that you had crazy games like that.
Yeah, there are certain games that are out there. They're not the kind
Mhm.
of games I would play, which is why I don't really talk
Yeah.
about them.
Yeah, I don't play
But
them.
yeah, I mean, there are some pretty graphic, crazy games out there. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
if you were to really just browse through Google's Play Store, you would see a list of a lot of interesting games. You really would.
So
Um,
would that mean that sausage game, would that be graphic? It's exploding sausages everywhere.
it might be modified, but I don't think it would be removed.
Can't remove the
Yeah,
sausages.
yeah, can't do that.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
But that's crazy. Yeah. Eh, I don't know. That's nuts. I don't know. I told you what I feel like Stadia needs to do before they do it. I think they need to fix YouTube. But that's interesting to consider that they are, releasing, Doom, and then they're gonna have that. But I guess like you said, they're changing the rating or they're just taking it off.
Yeah, I mean they're making adjustments before. I mean, like I said, I mean this really had nothing to do with Stadia in general,
Right,
but
no.
I only mentioned the timing of it
Right.
because it's going to be pretty close.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, pretty much anything with Google now with gaming is gonna be tied with Stadia. You know what I mean? Like it goes hand in hand. Like, oh, I won't be surprised if you wouldn't be able to play Google Play Store games on the Stadia. I could see that. I can see that happening. Like, what's stopping the Google Play Store from being part of Google Stadia? You know what I mean?
I mean it's the same company. I don't see why they wouldn't let you play it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, it goes hand in hand. Definitely goes hand in hand. I could see it. It'd be cool. It'd be cool to see happen. You know, I woke up usually at 7:30, but I get to sleep in for like 2 hours. Man, see, I can't do that. Like, if I wake up, I can't go back to sleep. Like, I feel more tired, or more like my head feels more cloudy or groggy or something like that. So I don't know. Like that to me. That's just, I don't know. I couldn't do that. I tried doing that. Just like me taking a nap for an hour. Like, it makes me more tired. I can't do that. So, but more power to you if you can do that. Um, yeah, I don't know. The reason why I was thinking about the article because I just thought it was weird. Well, I mean, weird and cool at the same time that they're actually making a Paralympics game, which is really crazy. For those that don't know what Paralympics is actually the Olympics, not the Special Olympics, but the Olympics for the disabled, for people that have like lost um, limbs and stuff. They they're actually making a game, and actually Final Fantasy 15 is making it, or the maker of the Final Fantasy.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
one of the makers
it's
of
the
Final Fantasy.
person that left Final Fantasy 15 had stopped the entire DLC thing with their own company. Their company is making
Right.
this game.
Right,
Yeah,
which I thought was really weird because if anybody was to make this game, in my opinion, if anybody was to make this game, it shouldn't have been that company. Uh, you know, I forgot who made the other Olympic games. Um, the back in the day on the Sega, and I think it was Sega and PlayStation, but I
I
don't
know there
know.
was a Mario and Sonic Olympic thing.
No, well, yeah. But I'm not there. No, there's actually like real Olympic games. Like there's the Winter Open, and there's there's
Well,
another.
Nintendo had some Olympic games back in the old days too.
Yeah. So and like as cool as it is, and it'd be cool to like play wheelchair rugby as a game and all. It at the same time, like I see it more as a gimmick and like if you're gonna make like to me personally like if I wanted to see like a game for like that had like that was like representing disabled people, me personally I would want it to be like less of a gimmick and more of a I don't know more of a like a solid game because like the Olympic video games never last. um I always played them with my buddy, like I always played them with Chris. I remember playing it with you once. I don't remember what game. I think we played like some skiing or something, or did some stuff. But anyway,
Yeah, I don't really remember. Yeah.
yeah. So that's the reason I was gonna bring it up was because I just thought it was interesting that for once, like finally, like disabled people are getting their own game. But to me personally, I don't think it's in the best light. It's cool that we're getting, that Paralympics are getting their thing, but I think it would have been cooler if it had been done by EA, and as much as I don't like EA, I think it'd have been cooler if it had been done by EA or somebody like who else, or like 2K. That'd have been sick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'd have been sick.
Mm.
That would have gave it more of more of a more of a staple, more of a more of a seriousness. Like when I saw the graphic, I thought it was cool. Like they gave the handicapped guy with wings or whatever, whatnot. But the thing that like I was like, but this is it. This is more like a gimmick. Like they're gonna give him special powers and stuff. That's what it seemed like to me. And I was
Yeah,
like,
like I said, it was more of a turnoff when I saw it, and I was
uh,
like, nah, I don't know. Like I said, it just felt too weird to me. I don't know. It
yeah,
just didn't seem right.
yeah, I know, and I get it, and but I, at the same time, I felt like we got to talk about it because it's to me, and personally, it's can be negative towards the, uh, you know, it because in my mind, like a lot of times, like when it comes to like disabled, legitimacy. There you go. That's the right word. When it comes to like disabled people, it's one of the reasons why I stopped doing like when I stopped doing like music like seriously, because every deal that I could get, every deal that they wanted to give me, they wanted to make me a gimmick. They didn't want to make me something like legitimate. They wanted me to be like this like this handicapped rapper and look silly and look goofy. Like they wanted me to like I couldn't be a serious image. So I was like, well, if I can't be a serious image, then I don't want to do it because I'm gonna be taken seriously. And so like yeah, like and I feel like that's how a lot of things are, like when it comes to like, you know, like people being disabled and stuff like that, when it comes to like like being brought up in the spotlight and stuff, sometimes it's not legitimate. Like it's got to be some kind of gimmick, you know. And it's like, can we get some legitimacy, please? Can we get like if we're gonna put us in a video game for sports, can you make it like real, and to make it where somebody like wants to join the Paralympics, like, and do something awesome in the Paralympics? You know what I mean? Like, because let's be real, like a lot of people don't know about the Paralympics, you know, and so to make this a game and to like not make it legit, you not only you turning people off to the situation, but you're turning people off to Paralympics. And it'd be cool if Paralympics got more exposure, because I don't even think you can watch Paralympics on regular TV like you can watch a regular Olympics. So like I was
Mhm.
yeah, and so yeah, I was turned off by it too, but like me, I'm more speaking about awareness about the situation. Like, yo, if you're gonna put us in video games, handicapped people in video games, make us legit. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to sports, man. Especially when it comes to sports. Don't give us some boo boo stuff. I mean, I'm not gonna play it. Although I did find my first anime that I actually liked.
Did you?
Yeah, I accidentally found it on the Chinese channel because for some reason on my cable package I get a Chinese channel, but it's dubbed in English.
Okay.
So it's like Wheelchair Rugsby anime.
Of course.
and I'm
Hmm.
and so and and now that I think about it, that's probably why they're doing it, because of the series.
Ah,
Because
so you
it's
made a connection.
I just now made a connective live on air. Um, maybe that's why they're doing it, because it's actually anime series. I didn't watch it all the way because again I can't watch dub stuff. It just messes with my brain. But I actually liked it because it was actually like it was it was the old school drawn. It wasn't like new. It wasn't new school. Um,
Mhm.
drawing. It was old school. And then it was just like people playing rugby, and then like they would get mad and go, "Hurrah!" And then like turn on like all these like things and go super crazy and be super dramatic. But it was kind
Yeah,
of
that's
cool.
anime.
Yeah, yeah, it was pretty cool. I was like, okay, this is cool. But like, it made sense because it was a cartoon. You know what I mean? It
Mhm.
made sense.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe that's the route they're going. But there was like other what was it? There was other there was other sports on the game that I saw. So I don't know. It's not just wheelchair rugby, but yeah. Ironically, though, I did find the one anime that I liked, but I didn't. I'm not like gonna like it to the point where like I'm gonna watch the whole series. I just thought it was cool. Um, you know,
Yeah.
but it's cool. But yeah, it's just I don't know. It's interesting. Like like why not finish the DLC on Final Fantasy 15? You know what I'm saying? But whatever.
Yeah. Which, by the way, Final Fantasy 15 is officially done. Episode Arden just came out like a few weeks ago. So now the Final Fantasy 15 chapter has officially been closed since they're not going to be releasing any more DLCs. But it is good that they released Episode Arden, because for those of you who have kept up with the story, Arden is a bit more than what he seemed in the actual game itself. So just as a quick review, Arden is basically the bad guy, if you will, the antagonist. But if the game episode Arden ties into his history and why he became that way, and believe it or not, for those who don't know the game in general, even though in the main game he was the villain, he was actually the hero in the older days. Basically, him and his brother, who didn't really get a lot of attention in the main game, were like two people that basically would protect the world from, what was called the Star Scourge. I'm not going to go into the full story because it's a lot. But you learn that basically Arden was betrayed, pretty much by the gods like Bahamut and stuff like that, and his own brother. And for the longest time, he was still trying to fight the evil even after all that crap. But eventually, he just got pushed to the point where he's like, you know what, I'm done. And that's why he became basically who he is. It's a really, really good deep dive into the actual story and why things are the way they are, and you find out, that certain families are not as noble as you think they are. It's really, really interesting.
Mm.
So for those of you that are into Final Fantasy 15 and kind of want to get the lowdown on how it all began, I highly recommend doing the episode Arden for Final Fantasy 15,
I
at least to give you some closure.
I haven't touched it in so long. I don't even know.
Yeah, and it's okay. But overall, now that all the DLCs are going to release is out, I mean, I can definitely say for sure that overall, I could now give a good score on the game, which I'll say I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Uh, yeah, and the only reason it's not higher than an 8
Mhm.
is because of the fact that one, it wasn't a full game, especially since they didn't actually finish all the DLCs that they were gonna do. Because it's one thing to make a game, short because you're gonna do DLC, but then to not do all the DLCs you promised you were gonna do, it just makes it look worse. And this is the issue that I have with games that rely on DLC. This is like the biggest problem is if you decide not to finish it, then you don't have a full game.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right. Yep.
So that's a big complaint for me. And what makes it worse is this game has a fantastic story. I absolutely love the story to this game, which is why it's very disappointing that they didn't
BRB.
finish it because there were other DLCs that were supposed to be there. Yeah, go ahead.
Agreed.
Um,
Agreed. Agreed. BRB. But
so I wanted to really see episode Arnea because she's someone that you saw in the main game, and unfortunately, the story didn't give her as much presence, but seeing her background and where her motivations are, I mean, that just would have been awesome to see. So it's just sad that they didn't finish it. But the other reason I give it an A2 is I wasn't 100% sold on the combat either. Just wasn't my style. Maybe it's just me not being up with the times or whatever. I'm used to more of the turn-based stuff, and I mean the action part of it was cool, I'll say, and everything like that. But it just wasn't for me. But like I said, the biggest complaint is just not finishing the story. Which is why I don't like DLCs in general. Had they finished the actual DLC, I would have given the game an easy 9 because, you know, the game would have, been more than what it is. So, like, that's pretty much it. But yeah, check out episode Arden for those that are like into Final Fantasy 15. At least give you some closure, and you can actually see the story behind Arden. Like I said, it's very interesting, and there's a lot of lore behind it too. Like when you're actually playing the DLC, you have a lot of options to read a lot of things that talk about some of the histories of the summons and why they are the way they are. And like I said, it's very deep. It's 100% goes deep as far as if you actually you can skip some of the story stuff, but honestly, you're doing yourself a disservice if you do that. You need to find all of the paperwork that talks about the history and stuff to really appreciate everything. And honestly, that's my spell on the Final Fantasy 15 and that. And I forgot what the actual other DLCs were supposed to be. I think one of them was supposed to be Episode Noctis, which I don't understand why that was going to be a thing since he was like the main protagonist in the game itself. So I guess they just wanted to give you a history of his childhood, but at the same time, you have the anime that'll give you kind of a history of his childhood. So you really didn't need an episode with him in it. Obviously, RNA was going to be an episode, and then I forgot who the other one was. I don't remember at all. Um, but they did at least give us episode Ignis, episode Gladiolus, and episode Prompto, which those were good too. I would debate that the Gladiolus one was probably my least favorite of the DLCs. And episode Ignis was probably the best because even that gave you some more insight on, basically it gave you alternate endings in all honesty because there was, and people a lot of times like to debate, oh, this is the canon ending, whatever the case may be. But if you've actually checked out episode Ignis, you have different ways that you can actually complete it to where everybody either lives happily ever after or there's still some drama at the end of Noctis dying and everything like that. And I can say it because the game's old enough for me to spoil that. But
All right,
yeah,
I'm
that's
back.
pretty much the game in a nutshell.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
So yeah, pretty much Final Fantasy 15. I'm pretty sure that's what you were talking about, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not that I don't enjoy the game. There's just so much other stuff I have to play.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm all about that right now. Speaking
Yeah.
of which, other games I've been playing, I've been playing Tetris 99, and
Hmm.
I'm about to give that game a 6 out of 10.
So you weren't too impressed, it seems.
Well, okay, so it's not that I'm not impressed. It's just they don't they don't give you a great tutorial on what to do. Like,
Mm.
because it's more than just playing Tetris. Uh, you have to do something else. Like basically, like you could send your stack over to like all the other players,
Right.
but it's hard to like figure out how to do that, and it makes the buttons all weird. Like, I just want to play Tetris. You know what I mean? Uh, and like, so for instance, like, okay, so on my controller, here, let me show you guys. So you guys can see. My controller looks exactly like an Xbox controller, but for the Nintendo Nintendo Switch. Almost said blasphemy right there. Uh, Nintendo Wii. Except that it's wireless and yeah, it's wireless and wired. So basically, instead of like moving the Tetris piece with the other stick, you have to move it with the D-pad, which is okay, but it's just weird. And then the other stick like moves it to like moves the stack to what other player you want to do, but it's not just like okay, I'm picking it, and then you have to like pick on like I'm guessing like what to say when you're like dropping the thing, and you have to like do it every time. It's like I don't want to have to pick on what I want to say. I just want to drop my just sound weird. I just want to drop my load and move on, man. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
play the game. So it's a little like playing Tetris is not difficult. It's the actual other parts of the mechanic of the game that make it difficult. And it's like there's no tutorial. I mean, of course, I bet if I look on YouTube, I can get a tutorial on the game, of course. But the point is like I'm new to the game. There should be like some kind of help somewhere, unless I'm just overlooking it. Um, but normally, when you start a new game, or you download a new game, or you're starting a game for the first time, they teach you how to do something. And in this game, they're like, "Well, you know how to play Tetris, so hey, there you go." And so,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm like, "Well, yeah, I
I think
know."
if you understood the game more, I think that you might um, appreciate it a bit more. It's just the fact that you don't understand it is
Right.
why you're not enjoying it.
Yeah, and I know if I'm having a hard time understanding it, I know other people are too. And that it really sucks because I really think it could be a good game. Like I did get all the way to like 60 60 65th out of like 99 people. So that was pretty dope.
Hmm.
You know.
I'm sure if I was to put my hands on that controller, I could probably figure it out for you.
Yeah, well, that gives you more reason to come by and hang out, and because technically, I have 3 controllers because eh, Nintendo Switch is the only console that comes with 2 controllers. So, uh,
So what now?
Nintendo Switch is the only console that comes with 2 controllers.
Oh, with two controllers. Okay, which is
Because
actually pretty cool.
yeah, because I mean, you could use basically both of the Switch cons on the side can be used as one controller for a person. So basically, like the Switch cons that come off, that could be one
Yeah.
controller for somebody, and that could be another controller for somebody else. So you just gotta hold them
Mm-hmm.
sideways. I don't. I mean, I don't recommend it, but I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it is. It is. It is. It is cool. Now that's the only way you can play Mario Party is with the Joy Cons. You cannot play Mario Party with a regular controller. And that's
Mm-hmm.
or with the with this controller that I have in my hand, and that is because Mario Party has what you call it, um, motion action. Just like how it was like, instead of like, turning the joystick to push the bike or to ride the bike, you actually have to do the bike motion and stuff like that. So you actually like, if you're gonna do 4 players, you need 4 player Joy Cons and stuff like that. I give, and I'm just gonna go list all my games. I give Mario Party a 7 out of 10.
And
Yes.
yeah.
And let me explain why. There's one favorite thing that I'm really missing on Mario Party. And that is when you used to play 1 player mode and grind for the stars to unlock the boards.
Mm-hmm.
There's no boards. There's only 4 boards.
And you didn't know other boards to unlock or anything like that by just
No,
playing the game in general?
yep, no other boards.
That's a bit disappointing.
Yeah, because I was excited to do that grind with my wife. I was like, man, we're gonna get all these boards, And there's other game modes like rowing a boat, and like you get to row a boat together. You row a boat, and then if you hit these balloons, you get to hit a mini game and stuff like that. But the main feature one of the features that I loved playing Mario Party 4 by myself was besides doing the challenges and stuff and beating the challenges, was getting the boards. And I remember us being at your house getting the boards, and then like you getting the stars just to get the boards. And there's no extra boards now. Maybe DLC, maybe, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But then again, Nintendo's not really big on DLC stuff, so I don't know. That was like my big disappointment on that. So
I can kind of feel you there, yeah.
Yeah, so 7 out of 10. I give the Mario Wii U, whatever, Super Mario U, New Super Mario U. I give that a 7 out of 10 also, because basically, okay, so it's pretty much to me like a Super Mario. Yeah, that does suck. Yeah, so it's pretty much like a in my opinion, this is me. It reminds me a lot of Super Mario 3, but it's like a remake, which is really good because I like Super Mario 3. But the superpowers that, like, okay, so like how like you can, like in Super Mario 3, you can get extra raccoon tails and extra mushrooms and stuff like that. And you could stock them, or you can like stock them, put them away, and then like right before you enter the level, use them. Okay, so you have that in this game, but it's like different powers. To me, the powers are like not really like something like you really need. Like me and my wife, like we have our full thing full of like powers, but it's like we really don't need it. So like we don't ever use it. We just use it just to make space. So like that's like my biggest disappointment as far as like that. Other than that, the game is great. The graphics are great. The levels are great. We think there's a secret star world somewhere, because there's like secret levels. Everything else about the game is just, I feel like the powers itself, as far as like the powers that you hold on to, that you can like stock, or are not that, not really worth it. I mean, they're worth it if you're not really good at the game, but me and my wife were pretty good at the game. Here's like the most wonderful feature about this game. You ready for it? The wonderful feature about this game, OG, is that me and my wife can play I call it Super Mario World, but we could play Super Mario together at the same time.
That is pretty cool.
At the same time. And guess what? You can have up to 4 players.
Nice.
So basically, me, you, my wife, and whoever can all play Super Mario together and beat the level together, beat the boss together, beat anything together. It's like basically it's 4-player co-op Super Mario.
Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. It's very underrated. But I just wish they had made the powers made the powers better as far as like the powers you stock. Now you get to play. You get to pick four different I think either 4 or 5 different characters. Each one of those characters like get their own power, like when you get a mushroom or something like that,
Right.
which is really cool. But other than that, like the stock powers, like as far as the tail, the star, the flame flower, and then they have a new power called the ice power or the ice flower, which is cool. But to me, the flame flower is better because you can actually kill them. The flame flower, the ice flower doesn't kill them. What you can freeze them, but then you have to go and you have to throw the block and you have to kill them. So to me, I just rather have the flame flower because I can just kill them. But I mean, other than that, it's really cool. Mario, oh, and there's no online capabilities as far as with the Super Mario U. So you can only play 4 players locally. So that's interesting.
I'm actually okay with that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't see any problem with that.
yeah, yeah.
The
Yeah.
people online would troll anyway.
Yeah, exactly. True, true that, true that. Um, Super Mario Kart, I give like an 8.5. Um, you know what I mean? I really like that game. I think that game's cool. It's got online capabilities. Uh, you know, I think it's really good. I just think that actually, I don't know. I just don't rate games a perfect 10 because there's no game perfect. I haven't really found like anything wrong with the game. I could just see that like if you're not playing with somebody, it could get kind of uh boring because
Boring.
there's no levels to unlock. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
there's like cars to unlock, but the cars like it doesn't do anything. It's just cosmetic. So it's not like you're unlocking a faster vehicle, per se.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's like really no, to me, there's no encouragement to play by yourself unless I'm missing it. But I played it for a while. And of course, I'm going to give Super Smash Brothers a 9. Uh, you know, um, there's so much to do. There's so many ways to unlock characters. You can either play the spirit mode, which is the spirit mode is a way where you actually go through the board and you can actually, unlock different spirits and fight all these monsters. Literally, I promise you, the spirit mode which is the campaign mode pretty much, is like 60 hours worth of gameplay. It would
Yeah.
yeah, over 60 hours. Which or if you don't want to unlock the characters that way, guess how you can unlock the characters?
Uh,
The old school way, like you did on the 64, with classic
mm-hmm.
mode. With classic mode, the same way we unlock the characters then, you can unlock the characters that way. And they even brought back the old 64 maps. So you know that, like, say for instance, that old Pokemon level that when you where the Pokemons come out on the side.
Pokemon Stadium,
Yeah,
basically. Yeah.
yeah, yep, it's there. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really cool. And then you can also just play. You can unlock the characters by doing versus mode, against your friends and stuff. But I don't like doing it that way. I think that's cheap because pretty much, I found out how it's probably the same way they did in the 64. Because you know how after so long it'll be like a new challenger has challenged you, and it's one of the new characters, and if you
Yeah.
beat them, you get the character. Well, I figured out how they do it. It's how much it's how much distant you run on the map with one character. So
Mm-hmm.
after so much you run, say for instance, say like I run for like 20 minutes or so back and forth on the map. The next match, if I go run off the map and die, well, I get a chance to unlock a new character. And that's how a lot of people on YouTube are doing it. Is they were just building up their distance and then they'd run off the map, and then they get to like unlock the characters each time they run off the map. I think that's a dumb way to play. Yes, it's a fast way to unlock all, I think, what, 64 characters, something like a lot of characters. But I think it's dumb. I'd rather just like play and fight and learn the characters. And learn the game. So I've been doing it in classic mode. I've been doing it in classic mode and spirit mode. The only reason why I don't give it a 10 is just because like there's one thing missing from the online for me. Not saying for the game, but for me. And it's ranked mode. There's no ranked. There's no getting to silver or gold or
Mm.
so I have like
So no competitive play, basically.
right, and they'll say that there's competitive play, but I've done research and like really the number that they give you when you play, it really doesn't mean nothing because it doesn't match you with the same person of that number. So it like it's not there. So I still enjoy um playing online, even though my
Mm.
internet connection is not stable because it's on wireless. Again, if you watch the beginning of the podcast, I explain how to get it wired. I'm gonna get mine wired. So once I get mine wired, it's gonna be a lot better. But other than that, like the main reason why I give it a 9 is because there's just no rank mode. Like I could play Brawlhalla on the Switch right now and have rank mode, which I thought was interesting too, which we talked about in the podcast. But it is a thing. Brawlhalla is on the Switch, which is crazy.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I haven't downloaded it yet. I'm trying to stay away from games that I could play on my other consoles. Like
Right.
if I play the Switch, I want it to be a Switch experience. If that makes sense. Um,
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
the only thing I want to try, and this is for science, I want to try Fortnite because I want to see what the issue is with the because apparently Fortnite is add um controller movement stuff to Fortnite. So like when you move the controller instead of aiming with the button, you can move the controller and aim. So for science, I want to try it and see. But other than that, like my Switch is going to be strictly for Switch experience. So other than that, like um, right now my favorite two games right now is Arena of Valor and for me playing by myself is Arena of Valor and Super Smash Brothers. Uh, I again Arena of Valor's cool. My biggest thing about Arena of Valor is it takes so long to unlock a hero. It takes a long time to grind to get the gold to unlock the hero, and I can't play ranked until I get another hero. So yeah, so I've just been trying to grind so I can play ranked in Arena of Valor.
Okay.
But I've been enjoying Arena of Valor a lot. I think the controller on Arena of Valor makes it OP, makes it too easy.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, had I been able to play with the controller instead of just using I think I was using a phone at the time. I didn't have my tablet. So since I was playing with the phone, it was just too difficult for me to control. With the controller, yeah, I think I'd be a lot better
Yeah.
at it.
Hmm.
So that'll definitely be a game that I'll get.
Hmm. And it's free. And it's free.
Oh
And
yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, I would imagine it's free. I mean, if you could play it everywhere else for free, you should be able to play it here
and
for free.
and I think it's cross-platform. I think I could be wrong.
I would hope so.
I think it's cross-platform.
Yeah.
I think it's cross-platform.
Although what I might do, just as an experiment, I might download it on my tablet to see if there's a difference between playing on a phone and playing on a tablet.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am a little curious now as far as how I would do using it. I mean, even though it's the same controls, but I'm using a bigger device, so I wonder if that would make a difference.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's easy with the controller because all you have to do is hit the top L or R1s, and of course these are not L and R1s on the Switch, but that's what I know them to be because of all the other games.
Yeah.
But yeah, I absolutely enjoy Arena of Valor on the Switch a lot.
Yeah. When I played the game, when I demoed it, I honestly said that this game had a lot of potential. Like I was very much impressed with what I saw. Like I thought it was great. Like I said, the only reason I never continued was because the controls were just too difficult for me. That's all it was.
I woke up, took a little balls outside to go potty. He's amaze balls. That's funny. For those that don't know, for those listening to the podcast, we're not really talking about Crew Dog's balls. Crew Dog named his dog Balls. So his puppy is named Balls. So When he says he took his balls outside, he took his puppy outside.
Sure did.
Um, I just want to reiterate. It's something that we talked about last week, and it was about the redemption of the Twitch Prime with the Switch, with the free year of Nintendo Switch online service. So, just to reiterate, just to remind people, you can, if you have Amazon Prime and Twitch Prime, or you have it linked to your Twitch. Twitch is now giving a free year of uh Nintendo Switch service. Now, here's the catch. You have you first redeem the 3 months, and then after the 3 months, you have to go back and redeem the 9 months. So you just gotta remember. But honestly, it's cheaper. It's cheaper. It's cheaper than both PlayStation and Xbox put together. Um, you really don't even need the free year service. It's only $20-something. It's only, I think, $21 a year. $21 a year, which is nothing. It's nothing compared to what I pay on Xbox and PlayStation. Uh, and what's really cool is you get this other free thing called I forget what it's called, but it has the old Nintendo games. So it's kind of like, it's basically, okay, so pretty much it's Xbox's Game Pass, right? But it's Nintendo's version. But it's like the old Nintendo games like Super Mario, Super Mario 2, Super Mario Lost Levels. Um and you get that for free for having a Nintendo subscription. So, I mean, it's a no-brainer, and you just play them. Like, you don't have to download them. It's pretty much the same thing, with Xbox Live Pass. But it's just, in my opinion, it makes more sense. Some of the favorite games that I play on there is Double Dragon 2. Uh, they have they have some Mega Man games on there. They have the original Metal Gear Solid. There's something that I didn't even know existed. I didn't know Yoshi was an old Nintendo regular Nintendo game.
Yep, sure was.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
And they have Dr. Mario. They have Zelda. They have all the Zeldas, all the original Zeldas, which is crazy. It's nuts. So if you are a retro head and you are thinking about getting a Switch, that's a perfect thing for you, because for $23 a year, you get 100 old school Nintendo games, and
They also update extra games every so many
yep,
months that are going to be added to the
yep,
collection, because that
yep,
is something that I brought up before, where they're sometimes be adding new games here and there to
mm-hmm.
the subscription. So that's pretty much what he's talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. And the only difference is the only thing that's really really cool is like you don't have to pay extra to get it. It's included in your service. So I thought that was really cool. Yeah, and it's pretty neat. They actually just came out with an 8.0 update yesterday,
Yeah, they
and
sure did.
and it basically makes it to where now you can transfer your single save files to the SD card. Or no, not the SD card, to another Switch. So basically, when, say for instance, if I want to take my single save file to OG's house, I can transfer it to his Switch. Because
Yep.
you cannot transfer save files to the, if I could be correct, I may need to be corrected, but from what I understood, you could not transfer save files to the SD card. But the beautiful thing about the Switch is you don't have to buy a special hard drives or anything like that. You could just buy a uh normal SD card, put that in your Switch, and you can save your games and your files. Um, like far as like your videos, because this also does video capture. As far as like if you want to do video clips, it does 20-second video clips. It also does screenshots. Um, and you can save that all on your SD card. So if you are a content creator and you have a PC or whatever, you can easily put that SD card in your PC and get all your footage, make your clips, and it's stupid easy. Uh, yeah, it's really cool, and you could put like a really hefty um SD card in there, and SD cards are really stupid cheap. Honestly, you can get a good size SD card for like really cheap. So I plan on doing that. Um,
Nice.
I'm trying to think if there's like anything else I need to mention as far as Switch wise. Um, no, that's pretty much it on the Switch side of things. I already pretty much said my thoughts on the games that I have. My wife wants to get Donkey Kong, so that's the next on the list. Wife wants Donkey Kong, and
Hmm.
we'll be doing Switch Saturdays. We don't know like what time yet because my wife didn't like doing it late at night. We did it late at night, and we ended up being an hour late for church. We didn't go to bed until 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, on stream playing. We were playing Super Mario. It's crazy. It's nuts. So we'll let you guys know. We'll let you guys know.
To be dated.
To be dated. Do you have anything else you'd like to discuss?
Oh yeah, one more thing actually, and this is something I think is really cool, especially for those who like doing things on a what's called basically an arcade stick.
Hmm.
There is a new device that was just released recently. Basically, it's released by Capcom, which is the right company to do this because they are well known for their fighting games.
Right.
They have what's called the Capcom Home Arcade system.
Huh.
It's coming October 25th for about €200. So this is going to be released in Europe, obviously. I'm not sure about US dates yet. They haven't really mentioned anything. But what it is it's a console built into an arcade stick that connects to your TV via USB.
What?
So what it is it's a big arcade stick. So you have two sticks all in one. So you have like your joystick, you have your buttons, another joystick, and the other buttons for that one.
Mm-hmm.
So it already comes being able to play two player,
Mm-hmm.
and the actual joystick itself is basically is pre-installed about I think it's like 16 games. I
Hmm.
might be a little bit off on that, but it's with 16 fighting classics, and not necessarily just like one-on-one fighting games, but some of it is actually basic games you play in arcade, like
Mm-hmm.
some of the shooter, like little playing games where you can shoot or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
do like big ships or whatever. There are a few fighting games like Darkstalkers. I think there's like Final Fights in there, so you have your beat 'em ups as well. Those are also
No
in there
Street
too.
Fighter.
No, there is Street Fighter Hyper Fighting. So yes, they do have Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fight. That does come included with it.
Okay, I was
Yes.
about to say, how
Yeah.
you gonna have Capcom and no Street Fighter?
Yeah, there's actually two Street Fighter. There's the Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, and it is the Puzzle Fighter. For those that are into Puzzle Fighter, it's Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. So you can
Wait,
play those two.
so puzzle fighting was like before, like way back when too?
Well, Puzzle Fighter you could play at arcade. Like you can
Oh,
actually play at an arcade. Like they're basically what they're doing is they're allowing you to have your own arcade in your home.
oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and the console itself is basically a big, a big because control stick basically.
Control stick, yeah, yeah. Atari did something like that a while back. You could do that. You could plug it to your TV, and you'd have like I think like 50 games. You can get them at Walmart. You can get it at Walmart for like dirt cheap now. But like you can get Pac-Man and all that crazy stuff. That's cool though with Capcom though. Capcom is on
Yeah,
point.
and these are all Capcom related titles. They even have a game called 1944, which I've played. That's a little airplane game where you basically you're just kind of flying around this map, and I think it's like you're flying upwards. Like your plane's always at the bottom of the screen. You're just shooting upwards, and there's all these little targets you get to shoot and kill and whatnot and destroy. Like those games are kind of fun. I used to love playing those in arcades, so I'm very familiar with that. This is something I'm really hype about. I think this is really cool. This
Definitely.
is kind of like my childhood in your own home. Like this,
Yeah.
I'm very hyped about this.
Sorry. Oh well, but
So,
it's like what? Well, it's not. It's not in America yet. You said.
uh, it only talks about a release in Europe in October the 25th. It doesn't say anything about the states yet. I'm sure it's coming. It's just not. They're not. They haven't put a U.S. release date on it.
Oh, okay. Cause I thought there's this guy I watch. His name is Flossie Carter. I watch Flossie Carter because of his reviews on his phones. Sometimes he's a little over dramatic, but he's real. Like he's real with his reviews. He's not sponsored by anybody when it comes to like phones and stuff or the products he buys. He just goes out and buys it. And he's a gamer. He actually plays a lot of Street Fighter. Um, plays a lot of Street Fighter. He streams on the PS4 sometimes, like straight from the PS4. Um, and he did a review on something that was like that, and it was like a big it was like huge though. It was like a big old metal box that had a stick, and it like I think it had Capcom games. So I don't know. I wonder if this is like a newer version or something. It may no. I think it was like I think it was oh whatever game that made the game that Chris used to play when you used to uh it had like they had a bunch of different games too. But whatever game company made the game where like you started off as like a regular human and then you beat some people up and then you could turn into a wolf. It's an old
It
game.
almost sounds like Altered Beast or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what it was. Ultra Beast. Ultra Beast. Who made that game?
Okay.
Who made that game?
Uh,
Let me find out.
I need to look that up because I don't know. That could have been Capcom, but I'm not sure. It could have been
Okay,
Sega.
Google.
Well, let me see.
Okay, Google. Oh, now Google don't want to work. Who made Ultra Beast? No, I don't want to look up videos. Okay, Google. Oh my Jesus. Who made Ultra Beast? Um.
It was developed by Sega. I was right.
Okay, so it was a Sega one. Okay. All right. Okay. So it wasn't Capcom, but it was
No,
something.
as a matter of fact, Ultra Beast, if I'm not mistaken, and I have to look at my game because I actually have it for PS3. There's a Sega Genesis collection that I think has Ultra Beast on it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that was not a Capcom thing. No.
Okay. But it was something like it, I thought. But yeah, that's really cool though. So yeah,
Hmm.
is this something you gonna be adding to your collection, if possible?
Um,
Or you'd rather get a
I'm
Switch,
not, it's
bro?
not something I'm going to go out of my way to get, but if I do it, like if I was financially well off, I would 100% be getting it for
Right,
sure.
right, right.
So it would be, I guess, on my wish list, but there are definitely other things that would have more priority, like a Switch, an SNES Classic. Those would come probably as one and two, and then that might be number three.
Oh, speaking of which, the Walmart that I went to, which is like the one near my house, they
Hmm.
had the SEN the classic. They had it in stock. Like they had a lot in stock. It's just chilling. Um, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's like there. They had a lot of Switches in stock too. Like a lot. I was actually surprised. Um,
Hmm.
a lot of Switch games too in stock. A lot of stuff was in stock. I was actually really surprised. I don't know if I just came on a good day or yeah, cause my wife's crazy. My wife don't like buying that stuff online. My wife buys a console. She wants it. She wants it now. She's not gonna. She's not gonna order.
I'm kind of the same way. I
Yeah.
don't like ordering anything online. To be perfect, I'm kind of old school too. So like, I 100% agree with your wife. Like, I would rather just see it in person, knowing that I'm going to have it, instead of having to wait to possibly have issues. Because we ordered our PS3 online because we had to deal with our job, and it was hell
You mean
getting that
PS4?
PS4.
Yeah. You mean PS4? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I said something else. I'm sorry. Yeah, but when we got our PS4, we ordered it, online through our job, and it was hell getting it.
yeah.
It's always better to buy anything in person
Yeah.
because you don't
Definitely.
have those complications.
Definitely. And then if you can return it right away too. What up there, Diesel girl? How are you? Yeah. So definitely. For sure. Like, so, and with as much money my wife spent, like, I can totally understand. I totally understand. So, yeah. So, I was like, babe, I was like, I don't know if they're going to be in stock. She's like, oh no, they're going to be in stock. We going to get you a Switch to, she's like, I don't care. She's like, I don't care. We got to go to 3 different Walmarts. That's what I was like, oh, I was like, man, she really wants a Switch. She's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I was like, I'm down. So, yeah, it's been really enjoying it. I just saw today that the Xbox One released the diskless Xbox One. Yes, and I actually was talking about that earlier in the podcast. Basically, what I said was is I would just not buy it. Um, uh, like because you know, there was a guy on YouTube, he actually opened one up already. It's basically the same Xbox. There's nothing different. You open it, there's actually where the disc drive goes, where the plug is, it's just not plugged in. So you could literally plug a disc drive in there and it would work. Um I mean, the only advantage is that you get um 3 digital games that if you already have Game Pass, you already have those games anyways. So, and if you don't have Game Pass, you can get Game Pass for $1 right now. So yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's worth it, to be honest. Personally, save your money, get you a Switch or get a PS5. OG, is there anything else you want to discuss?
One more thing that I forgot to mention about the Capcom arcade home arcade thing. It actually is equipped with its own Wi-Fi with leaderboards. So
Wow.
you'll be able to see other people and be able to try to beat their scores. Because like on certain games you have a high
Right.
score, like an arcade would.
Right.
Same thing with this device.
Wait,
So that's
so it hooks to the internet, or is it just like a house
so it
leaderboard?
has its own built-in Wi-Fi. But it
What?
hooks up. Yes, it has its own built-in Wi-Fi, and it hooks up to your TV via USB
Interesting.
or HDMI, one of the two. Let me double
It's
check again.
probably
Let me
yeah,
go back.
yeah. You can't hook up to your TV USB. It's
Yeah, I might have said that. Let me go back. Hold on. I'll actually just read it, so it'll be easier. All right, so Capcom revealed a video game failed yesterday, blah, blah, blah. All right, so HD system comes loaded with 16 fighting classics and is set to launch, blah, blah, blah. It has emulation provided by FB Alpha. They talk about the 8-way arcade stick buttons, onboard Wi-Fi for leaderboards, and micro USB powered, only HDMI out support.
oh, okay, okay. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's crazy. That's cool though. That's dope. I'm gonna read the comments real quick. Crudoc says, I'm just surprised that they didn't do it with the Xbox One X instead of the S. Yeah, I mean that too. If I'm gonna spend money and buy a console and I'm just gonna go for the One X, why am I gonna I don't know. You know what I mean? If I'm really just gonna buy a One X, I'm just gonna or a One S. If I'm really set out to be like, yo, I'm gonna go buy me a Xbox One S, right? I'm just gonna spend the extra $50. It's still yeah. I'm just gonna spend the extra $50 and get the disc drive.
Mm-mm-mm.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't. I guess it's to get for people that just don't wanna buy physical copies. But um, I don't know. The main reason why I don't buy physical copies is because I have a kid. When it comes to discs, all my Switch have been physical copies because, I mean, it's not a disc. It's a cartridge. So I'll show you guys what it looks like. Hold on, I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. After these messages, hold on, I'll be right back. You need elevator music.
Do, 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 elevator music. Do, 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 do. Have you ever waited for so long to hear from Handy all day long? Do, 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 do. Elevator music. Do, do, do.
So here we are. Oh, let me get the headset back on. Why spend the extra money for something they may not use though? Cause yeah, you never put a disc. Yeah, He said, "Keep it going." He said, "Keep it going, OG. Don't stop. I'm back now." Okay, so look, this is
I'm glad y'all appreciate my music, by the way.
this is a Nintendo Switch game. Look how small that is. That's a Nintendo Switch game, and it's crazy. And of course, my Xbox is gonna turn on. Why? It does this every day. It turns on automatically. I don't do nothing. Um, I'm not playing you, Xbox. Yeah, and this is what like blows my mind. Like literally, so much technology and so much graphics is like fit into here, but it's like wow. Like a lot of the games, a lot of the other a lot of the other things use discs. Like the graphics on this are not ugly or not stupid. They're like really good. When I saw Mario, I was like, wow, that looks like a really good flame ball. You know what I'm saying? So I was like really impressed. I was surprised. He says mine does it every day since I own the Switch. Since I bought the Switch, it's my Xbox has been trolling me every day. It will turn on every day. It's mad because now it knows it's in third place. No, I'm just kidding. And believe it or not, the Switch is in first. I haven't touched my PlayStation in a while, honestly. Um, I turn my Xbox on every day because that's what I watch you guys on. All right, now I gotta remember how to put it in. I don't remember how to put it in. Hush! I heard that laugh.
Did
Xbox.
you?
Yes. Yeah. It's jealous. I really don't remember how to put it in. I'm gonna have to Google how to put the game in the case. How sad is that? How sad is that, chat? I think it goes. Ah, man, I don't remember. If Ghost was here, he'd say this is why we can't have nice things. I think it goes in like this. Oh, how does it go in? Is it going like this? No. Oh my Jesus, I forgot. Ever since I updated, he has stole. Yeah, I know he stole. Yeah, I know. He's been saying that for a minute though. Yeah, he did steal that from you. Well, anyway. Do I have any other announcements? Oh, Able Gamers is still down at the moment. We're still doing reconstruction. Um, I don't know, again, I don't know the instance. I don't know why. So, God willing, if my glasses don't break tomorrow, we will be trying Mixer tomorrow only because I'm never on my channel on Thursday anyways, and it would mess up my schedule. So, if I'm going to try Mixer just to try it, tomorrow's going to be the day. So, I'm going to try it. You guys are more than welcome to come hang out. You guys are not expected to hang out. I won't be upset if you hang out. I'm not going to ask you. I'm not going to push you to come hang out. This is just something I got to do for me. Like, I got to try for me. Like, I got to, I can't, I can't, like, I don't know how to explain it. I can't say that, I, it's not for me if I really don't give it a try. You know what I mean? And I realized that when I talked to somebody else to not doing it, and I was like, because a while back I talked into somebody staying on Twitch, and I realized like God convicted me on that. He was like, "But Handy, you never really tried it yourself," and I was like, "Well, yeah, you have a point." So I would rather, yeah. Mixer handles the same. Yeah, Handy Kill Cam will be Handy Kill Cam. So I was like, you know what? I need to try it, and plus I got offered an opportunity, but I need to know if I like it first, and I'm gonna try it and see how I like it and see what happens, and you know, see what goes on. But hey, might as well. I'm not on my channel on Thursdays anyways. What is it gonna hurt? It ain't gonna hurt nothing. You know the way I see it. So see how it goes. See how it is. And we shall be there. We'll probably be playing Apex on the PS4. So I'm actually, after yesterday, I've been feeling the Apex. I got the Apex bug yesterday. I don't know why. They did have an update yesterday, but to me, it's not really nothing big to talk about. It's just they nerfed the Spitfire and stuff like that.
I'm from another
Oh, dang! Thank you for that follow over at Mixer. Dang! You done revealed it all. She done revealed it all. Thank you for the follow over at Mixer. Whoever just followed over at Mixer. Much love. Much appreciation. So yeah, that's the new follow alert over at Mixer. I told you guys I've been working. I've been working. Y'all didn't get to see the graphic though, because I don't have the graphic up on here. But that is the follow alert over at over at Mixer. We got some things. I told you I'm never the same twice. So whatever you see in Mixer whatever you see on Twitch is gonna be different over at Mixer. So yeah, be hype, be ready. So other than that, I don't got nothing else to say other than you probably want to mention the great OGQ.
OGQ, you said?
Oh,
no, I'm not
thank
gonna
you.
bother everybody with it every week.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Mixer. Thank you, Diesel, for following me over there on Mixer. We have been spoiled. Yeah, I know, Cloudy. Y'all been spoiled, man. All right, go ahead, sir. Sorry.
Nah, but yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and call it now. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening and tuning in to the OG podcast. We are here Wednesdays, 10 a.m. CST. That is Central Standard Time for those who live under a rock. That's right. And not the rock, not Dwayne the Rock Johnson. I'm talking about a big rock. I'm talking about Plymouth Rock. That's what I'm talking about. But anyway, of course, we'll be gaming on our separate channels. I'll be on YouTube making videos here and there. Handy will be kind of experimenting with Mixer and on Twitch. So Handy's everywhere, ladies and gentlemen, everywhere. But for those who do support on Mixer, he definitely appreciates that over there. So for those of you who have Mixer, please be sure to show some love. And then, of course, while he's on Twitch, be sure to show him love for those of you that are on Twitch. And then, of course, for those who are YouTube, please check out his channel there and my channel as well. OG Crumpster. That's right. I'm back to my roots. And, of course, don't forget about Summer Games Done Quick coming in June. Not going to give them a big plug today, but I'm going to go ahead and just mention and throw that in there because that's an important thing for all gamers of all times to come together and do it for a good cause. Other than that, we'll see you guys next week. You guys keep gaming and take care.
Handy's like a rash. He gets everywhere. Yo, you got to expand the brand, man. Got to expand the brand. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. Love you too. Loving each and every one of you.